to Veterans Auditorium for MCC 21, Marriott versus Mickle. I'm Marcus McIntosh, courtesy of KCCI News Channel 8, here with the Hurricane John Halverson. And John, let's talk about the main event for tonight, Marriott versus Mickle.
Man, this is going to be an awesome fight. Chris Mickle, WEC veteran, MCC featherweight champion, training like a madman. There's a lot of hype surrounding Eric Marriott. Word is he's in negotiations with Strikeforce right now, so I'm super pumped to have him at MCC tonight.
And of course, we are entering tonight on a sad note because the War Frog, Ronnie Britt, this is his last go-round in the ring. John, say a few things about the War Frog, if you wouldn't mind.
Man, I don't know if I could take up 2 hours talking about Ronnie Britt. One of the nicest guys outside the cage, inside the cage, ferocious competitor. At 44 years old, competing against guys half his age, man, this guy brings everything to the table. I'm sad to see him go, but I'm happy we've got to spend a lot of time with him. We've watched a lot of epic battles inside the cage, so we're going to see some fireworks tonight. He promises that.
Highlight a few of the other fights that are going on tonight, if you wouldn't mind.
Mike Van Meer taking on Matt Skaggs, a rematch from an earlier MCC. It was a great back-and-forth fight the first time. We got some newcomers in the cage tonight. Josh Trone taking on Johnny Coleman. These guys are 130 pounds, and I mean, they are going to be all over the cage.
All right, it's going to be a great night of action here at Veterans Auditorium, MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott. We're back with the fights in just moments. It is MCC 21, Marriott versus Mickle here at Veterans Auditorium in downtown Des Moines. Our first fight this evening, a fight of bantamweights. Johnny Coltrane Coleman against Josh Troen. Both men weighing in at the limit. One man, Coltrane, weighing in at 135. Josh Troen weighing in at 133. This should be a good fight. You see Johnny Coleman's a freestyle fighter. Troen is freestyle as well. One with a record of 5-2. Troen with a record of 5-0. John Halverson, I'm looking forward to some good action as these fights kick off. A great night of fights here.
Man, this fight's going to be awesome. This is actually a rematch from Josh Troen's very first fight. It was so good, back and forth action. Actually, the only fight Josh Troen's never finished. So we thought, man, it was so good. Let's put it on again.
All right, let's go up on to our ring announcer, Sean T.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this bout again is 3 rounds in the MCC Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa, with a record of 5 wins and 2 losses. This is Johnny Coltrane Coleman. And introducing his opponent, this mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. He weighed in at 135 pounds, fighting out of Newton, Iowa, with a perfect record of 5 wins and no losses. This is Josh Troen. Your referee this evening, Matt Cook.
This is a rematch from both fighters they had quite a little bit of time ago. Can we expect fireworks right away?
Man, if it goes the distance, all 3 rounds, 100% nonstop action, man. That's how these little guys are.
And the weight limit of 135, I have a leg that weighs 130, so I could never make that kind of weight. These guys are going to go at it. I can't wait.
Yeah, for sure.
They're both wearing black trunks.
Nice kick from Troen right off the bat.
He takes top position right there.
Yeah, both guys come from a wrestling background, so it ought to be very interesting to see who's a little more dominant. The first fight, it was mostly a stand-up battle, but now we see Johnny Coleman on top.
Oh, a nice kick, and it looks like that. Uh-oh, it looks like that fight is over, yes.
Wow.
That was a thunder kick. We heard that. Wow.
Man, we'll have to check the replay on that. It looked like he was down when he caught that kick. Let's take a look at that again.
Troen was definitely shaking. Coleman on top. Then Troen gets up.
No, that was legit, man. That was beautiful timing from Johnny Coleman, and I guess he put an end to that chapter.
That's right. He kind of hesitated because he believed the fight is over, probably not wanting to go in and seriously hurt his opponent. But I guess you got to pounce in a situation like that. You're in the fight until the referee pulls you off, right?
Exactly. That's when the fight's over, when the referee stops the bout.
And both men are up now, so it looks like they're doing fairly well now. It looks like Troen's shaking out the cobwebs, but he got hit flush in the face.
Yeah, and you know, Troen's got a great chin, but Johnny Coleman put that to the test tonight.
And when you get hit flush, you go down. Let's go back up to our ring announcer, Sean T, for the announcements.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, 22 seconds in the first round. Your winner, Johnny Coltrane Coleman.
Coleman, your winner by TKO, by KO rather, in the first round. MCC 21 continues after this break. Back to MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott. Fight number 2 in the heavyweight division. Barrett Eller versus Dean Bradley. And John, I'm still buzzing about that first fight. That was quite a quick knockout.
Yeah, man, I blinked and it was over. So I mean,
Yes.
that's how it goes sometimes.
All right, let's check out the killer tape for this fight between Eller and Bradley. Barrett Eller's weighed in at 240 pounds, 5'9", a wrestler. His record is 1-0. Dean Bradley, 210 pounds, standing 5'8", freestyle fighter with a record of 15-6. And John, should we expect these guys to try to bang it out or maybe take it to the mat?
Well, I know that both of them have a wrestling background, but that's a mountain of a man right there we're looking at. So if he does go to the ground, Dean Bradley doesn't want to end up on the bottom of that.
That is very true. Let's go on up to Sean T., our ring announcer, to give us the official introduction of these two fighters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is 3 rounds in the MCC heavyweight division. Brought to us by our friends at Secret City Promotions, your premier one-stop shop for promotions, management, graphics, and more. Be seen, get heard. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 240 pounds, fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa, with a perfect record of 1 win and no losses. This is Barrett Eller. And his opponent, across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, this mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 210 pounds, fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa, with a record of 15 wins and 6 losses. This is Mean Dean Bradley.
All right, our second fight of the night, Dean Bradley against Barrett Eller. Dean Bradley's wearing the white shorts. Barrett Eller is wearing the black shorts. This could be a good fight. Both men looking pretty big, pretty thick, and pretty strong, John.
Yeah, for sure, man. I don't want to tangle with either one of these guys.
Not even close. Me either. They do the customary tap of the fist at the beginning of the round, and here we go.
Oh,
nice
big shot right off the 2 big shots, 3 big shots from Dean Bradley right off the bat. Didn't seem to phase Eller.
No, he just kept
oh, wow, man. Look at that. The leather is flying, Marcus.
Yes, it is. And this is not where Bradley does not want to be on the bottom of this.
No, not at all. But man,
Barrett Eller's got his back.
Barrett Eller's got his back, but Dean Bradley came out firing some missiles at him. Despite the size difference, Dean Bradley showed no fear in his game.
And you know, Barrett Eller just took those punches and kept on going.
Yeah, he's showing he's got a chin right off the bat. And he's got a hold of him. It looks like he's trying to sink in a rear naked choke there.
That could be trouble because with the arms like that, I don't think that's a hold that's going to be broken.
Yeah, that guy gets a hold of you, and you're not going anywhere until he wants you to go somewhere. And he looks like he's got the choke pretty deep.
He gave the referee the thumbs up that he's okay.
Yeah, Dean wants to get him on his back, he wants to keep that control, but he wants to turn into him, just like he's doing right there. Maybe he heard me. They're right in front of the booth, so
and Bradley
you're welcome. Oh, nice,
wow.
Nice dump from Dean Bradley. Man, he's got no quitting him. No, but he ends up on his back with the big man, Barrett Eller, on top, raining down some blows.
This is an action-packed fight so far. So from this position, I would imagine you want to work for a rear naked choke or maybe get him back over and get him in a full mount position.
Yeah, with his massive size, he's got good control. He knows he can just stay pinned to his back and really unload with some of those big shots. You know, eventually he's going to want to work to get those hooks in if he's looking for a submission.
Okay, seems to be throwing him around at ease, but it looks like there, Dean Bradley reversed it. Now he has side control and the full mount right here.
Full mount, man, great. You really see here the difference in experience right here. Eller, obviously the bigger of the two guys, but Dean Bradley's got quite a few amateur fights, and he's got that arm. I don't know how deep it is, but he's got it.
Dean Bradley.
Amazing right there, Marcus. That's the way you don't judge a book by its cover.
No, you don't. But the way Barrett Eller took those punches at the beginning, I thought both men were in for a long fight.
Man, that was good. You know, back and forth action from the heavyweights. Normally you see that from some of the smaller guys, but these big guys show they can bang up, down, back, forth. It doesn't matter.
Let's check out some of the action from the beginning of the fight there. Wow.
Yeah, right off the bat, Dean Bradley knows, hey, I'm here. I'm not playing. I'm going to set the pace here.
And here it looks like the end of the fight right there. That was an incredible.
Great transition, a takedown, and it looks like he went for a reverse triangle right there. and spun over, got that arm bar. Man, great fight, great performance out of Dean Bradley. Probably the best fight I've ever seen Dean Bradley in.
Right. Now let's go up to our ring announcer, Sean T, for the official ring announcement.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, 1 minute and 56 seconds in the first round by armbar, your winner, Mean Dean Bradley.
All righty, we're back with much more on MCC 21 after the break. Welcome back to MCC 21, getting ready for our third fight of the night. Mike Miller versus Duran Canada in the lightweight division. This, John, I'm expecting to be another barn burner as we look at the tail of the tape. This is brought to us by Bebop's Mike Miller, a wrestler with a 1-1 record. Duran Canada, another wrestler with a 17-0 record. And John, we have some highlights from Duran Canada's previous fights. Duran Day Canada.
Yeah, man, this guy is all over the cage, and he's got 17 fights, but he's only been fighting for a couple months. He's one of those guys that just, he'll fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. He doesn't care. He just loves it. He's one of the nicest guys around. Loves to get in there, do his thing, and obviously he loves that W, loves the win.
Yes, he does. Now let's go on up to our very good friend Sean T up in the ring to give you the official ring announcement for those fighters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is 3 rounds in the MCC lightweight division. Brought to us by our friends at Bebop's. Voted Des Moines' favorite fast food restaurant year after year. Come taste for yourself. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds, fighting out of Winterset, Iowa, with a record of 1 win and 1 loss. This is Mike Miller. And his opponent across the ring, this mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds, fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa, with a perfect record of 17 wins and no losses. This is Duran Day Canada!
Mike Miller in the white shorts, Day Canada, Duran Canada in the red shorts. John, both these men look well put together.
Yeah, absolutely, and I can tell you that word on the streets is Mike Miller has been training like a madman, training over at Spartan Strength. Man, I know how hard they train, man, because that guy puts me through torture. So yeah, he's really well prepared for this bout. Like I said, Duran gets most of his training in the ring fighting.
Okay.
So 17 fights over the last couple months. That's a lot of work.
Okay, looks like Miller wants to take him to the ground at this point. Both men in the clinch. Miller with a pretty good knee right there. Canada answers back. And now we go to the ground with Miller on top.
Yeah, good
inside control.
Good takedown by Mike Miller. An attempted sweep by Canada. Puts Miller in half guard.
Half guard right there. Both men predicting victory, though. Canada's predicting it by submission.
Yeah, he likes a submission. One of his last fights, I seen him do a flying guillotine and put the guy to sleep.
Oh,
rolled
wow.
right off him. It almost looked like the staged WWE act. It was pretty cool, actually.
All right, both men back to their feet now. Let's see what happens at this point. Ooh, Canada with a wild right hand. Now looks like he has Miller's back, almost trying to get his hooks in right there,
trying
John.
to get a hook in. He looks like he's got one arm under the neck. Miller doing a good job of defending, trying not to let him get that other hook all the way around.
If he sinks that left leg in, he would have been in trouble right now. At this point, no hooks in, but it looks like he's still trying to.
He's got the neck, and it looks like it's pretty tight. So Mike Miller really needs to.
And it's over right there.
Yeah, he. That's one heck of a victory dance from Danny. I don't really know what to say about that one. I was trying to call the end of the fight. Let's take another look at the replay here. Takedown by Miller. Attempt to sweep, lands in side guard. The end of the fight there. Here. No hook in, rear naked choke, so you know that was tight.
And he must have a lot of strength to pull that off right there. And there's his victory dance. All right, let's go on up to Sean T, our ring announcer, for the official announcement of this fight.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, 1 minute and 16 seconds in the first round by rear naked choke, Duran Day Canada! All
right, 3 fights, less than 2 minutes action for each fight. We're back with much more on MCC 21 after the break. Stay with us. It is MCC 21. You're looking at some of the lovely ring girls here tonight. They will be parading around the ring, letting us know what round we're in. The lovely girls of MCC 21, the ring girls. Great looking young ladies right there. Our fourth fight of the night features Lance Meredith against Josh Atwell, filling in for Will Shutt at the last minute. And here's a tail of the tape, John.
Lance Meredith, 145 pounds, stands 5 feet 11. Josh Atwell, 145 pounds, 5'7", a freestyle fighter taking on a wrestler and a Muay Thai specialist.
All right, now let's go on up into the ring to Shawn T to give us the official announcement of tonight's fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is 3 rounds in the MCC Featherweight Division. Brought to you by Drink the Original Fun Bar, home of Birthday Thursdays. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. This is Lance Meredith. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Creston, Iowa. With a record of 13 wins and 13 losses, he is the former MCC Featherweight Champion. This is Josh Jigsaw Atwell.
Both men wearing black shorts tonight. Both Lance Meredith and Josh Atwell wearing black shorts. Josh Atwell, a last-minute replacement for Will Shutt, who was injured and could not go on with the fight. And John, what does it say about a man who steps in at the last minute like this?
Interesting enough, Josh Atwell was the man to take the belt away from Will Shutt. Will Shutt, in an unfortunate car accident earlier this week, wish him all the best and a speedy recovery. Atwell says, "Hey, I'm going to take that fight in Will's place, and
nice high
you know,
kick.
hope to pull off something big."
All right, both men kind of sparring back and forth. Atwell up against the cage. Lance Meredith has him pinned up against the cage. Both men looking for, it looks like, both men looking for an advantage right here.
Yeah, it looks like Lance Meredith going to take him down. Atwell's got a pretty good wrestling background, so you can see there with the reversal, he's not going to get taken down that easy.
Now it looks like he is, I can't really see, but it looks like he might be trying to pass guard. And if he gets his left knee over, I think he will have Lance Meredith in a pretty bad position right here.
Yeah, he looks like he's trying to work around and possibly get a mount. I see Lance Meredith has a one-leg grapevine in there. Atwell controlling his arms,
and now he has mount.
Yeah, looks like he's controlled the arms to kind of take a little bit of the distraction off the legs, but yeah, quickly moved into a mount position. But Lance Meredith looks like he was going for a position for a heel hook. Atwell spinning out of it.
Wow, great spin right there. Now we have it looks like Josh Atwell is in Meredith's half guard at this point, or side mount rather. Yeah. What does he want to do from here, John?
Well, right here, what basically, doing what he's doing. If he's going to work into half guard, he's going to want to land some knees. He's going to want to soften him up a little bit. He can look to submit from here, or he can look to mount. Right now, the position that he's in, it looks like he's trying to push his head under for a possible reverse triangle. But he's doing a good job of, like I said, landing some knees, going to soften him up and look for the possible mount.
And those knees have to hurt, so you have to wonder at some point. It looks like he's trying to get him into a crucifix position. I've seen this before.
Yeah, this is a bad position to be in, but Meredith doing a good job of defending, but almost gives up his back. Good scramble on the ground. Good action from both of these featherweight fighters.
There is a lot of action on the ground in this fight. Josh Atwell back to side control right here, looking to mount. He almost had it right there, but Meredith got a leg up, and as you said, he kind of got that right leg in there to prevent him from going for the full mount.
Yeah, good job on the part of Lance Meredith for not letting him get that mount. You can tell that's what he's working for over and over again. So, good job of control by Josh Atwell. He's staying real tight, not giving Meredith a lot of room to move and get out of these. But I look for him to posture up and land some pretty good shots from here. Lance Meredith has those long arms, so he's going to want to watch how he keeps those things up, because Atwell will be quick to go for an armbar.
Okay, looks like he's inching further and further up in the position he was in last time. And now, yes, here come the elbows. You would have to expect something like that. He's going to have to start, elbows, punches, or something to stay in this advantageous position. Now it looks like a guillotine.
Yeah, there he moved right into a guillotine. That's pretty tight.
And that's it.
Gets the tap.
Wow. 4 fights, all ended in the first round, John.
And these are some quick ones, man. That's the thing about MMA. You just never know. They could go the distance, or they could be sudden.
Do you think Lance Meredith was at a disadvantage here because he didn't know anything much about his opponent coming in at the last minute, or was Josh Atwell at more of a disadvantage in this fight?
Well, you know, it's really hard to say. If anything, I'd give the disadvantage to Josh Atwell. I mean, he took the fight on just a couple days' notice. He didn't have that time to prepare like Lance Meredith. Lance Meredith was already going to take on a tough fighter in Will Shutt. He got a replacement tough fighter in Josh Atwell. So, you know, like I said, great fight out of both of them. But Atwell, coming into the fight, would have had to be at a disadvantage.
And that was a quick and tough guillotine right there. Now let's go up to the ring to our ring announcer, Sean T, for the official fight announcement.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner. 2 minutes and 57 seconds of the first round by rear naked choke. Your winner, Josh Jigsaw Atwell.
All righty, that's fight number 4 under our belts. We're going to take a quick break. We're back with more on MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott after the break. It is MCC 21 here at Veterans Auditorium. Marcus McIntosh with John Hurricane Halverson. The first 4 fights under our belt right now. John, let's talk about some of those fights. Very quick action in these fights so far.
Yeah, for sure. You know, 4 fights ended in the first round, but we got a knockout, we got an armbar, a rear naked choke, and a guillotine, so a variety of endings, Marcus.
That's right. We're looking at the guillotine right now. We saw the first face kick that took out Josh Train. Now we see Dean Bradley with the armbar. He's happy about that fight. Next up, we have Mike Miller against Duran Canada, and that was another quick one.
Yeah, quick rear naked choke by Day-Day in the acid, right?
And now this is the guillotine right here, right, John?
Yeah, quick guillotine fight ender with only 3 seconds left in the first round, but nonetheless a fight ender by Josh Atwell.
All right, we're back with much more on MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott. Stick around. Welcome back to MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott, our 5th fight of the night. Joe Morris against Josh Henry. You're looking at the crowd at Veterans Auditorium. John, here's the tail of the tape.
Joe Morris, 145 pounds, 5'10", a freestyle fighter, making his professional debut tonight with us, taking on Josh Henry, 145, 5'5" taekwondo specialist with a 1-0 professional record.
Now, John, I forgot to mention this at the top of the fight, but it looks like you have a brand new ring here for MCC.
Yeah, man. Brand new venue, brand new ring. Got to do it bigger, got to do it better, Marcus.
What should we expect in this fight coming up? They look like Josh Henry, we know, is a little compact little pit bull in there, but we don't know much about, or at least I don't know much about Joe Morris.
Well, you know, I'll tell you, Josh Henry claims taekwondo, but most of his fights end up on the ground.
Okay.
From the amateur fights I've seen of Joe Morris, he's got a wrestling background, but most wins come by way of knockout, so you just never know.
All right, we'll see what happens as we throw things up to ring announcer Sean T for the official introduction of both fighters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this bout is 3 rounds in the MCC featherweight division. Brought to us by our friends at Graffiti Graphics. Want to stand out in the crowd? Graffiti Graphics can help. Wraps for cars, trucks, RVs, and boats. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet, 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Adel, Iowa. With a record of 9 wins and 5 losses, this is Joe Morris. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet, 5 inches tall. Weighed in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Creston, Iowa, with a record of 6 wins and 3 losses. This is Josh Bam Bam Henry.
For those of you watching out there this evening, Joe Morris is the taller fighter wearing the blue shorts. Josh Henry, the shorter fighter, in the black shorts. And these are some well put together 145 pounders, John.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
I've seen both of them fight a little bit heavier. Joe Morris started fighting at 170 pounds, so making that drop to 145 when he's already a slim, fit guy, that had to be tough, but he's jacked and ready to go.
Both men kind of swinging for the fences right here.
Yeah, man, great shots by Joe Morris. Man,
punch right there, took himself to the ground.
Yeah, he's putting some heat behind those. But Josh Henry, you know, like I said, the taekwondo specialist shoots a takedown.
Does Morris have it looks like he has some kind of choke, but I can't really tell. Their back is.
What it looks like he's got is an arm-in guillotine. It's a little bit tougher to finish than a normal guillotine, but if he gets that guard and gets it wrapped up, it is certainly just as tight as a conventional guillotine.
And I can imagine it would be easy to force Josh Henry to tap out. He's a strong young dude who is well put together as well. He's thick, stock, strong, and he just looks like a pit bull in there.
Yeah, and he's got a ton of heart to go along with it, Marcus, so he's just all go, all night long. That guy will fight you till you're tired.
Okay, it looks like it. I still can't see what he has there, but it looks like Josh Henry's could be out of trouble now as far as a choke goes, but I'm not sure. He's still trying to, looks like he's still trying to, there his head is out
Yeah,
now.
he's out of it now, and he's got a pretty good position with Joe Morris pressed up against the cage. Looks like he's working for a mount position. Yeah, he is. He does have it in mount, and he looks like he's working for a guillotine of his own. It looks to be pretty tight. It's kind of hard to see from our angle there, but it looks like a little grimace on the face of Joe Morris, so I'm gonna take that as being a little tight.
Yes, that would be the first sign that it's a little tight there, and this, it looks like, I can't really tell what they're in right now. Both men look like they might be resting a little bit for that furious pace they started out with, but as you see, Morris is out of the choke.
Morris is out of the choke, but not out of trouble because Josh Henry's delivering some bombs right to his face.
But Morris is punching back. Now he's going for a single leg takedown, or double leg takedown right there.
Right back into the same position with Morris going for that choke.
Now it looked like Josh Henry pulled Morris's right leg down. What was he trying to do there?
Well, it looks like what he needs to do right here, when there's not a lot of pressure, he's just kind of holding him there. What Josh Henry needs to do is he needs to jump over to the right side. He's got the legs are open, the guard's open. He can jump to the left side too, but he wants to get out of that position there. He wants to get off to the side.
And he's up, and he's got him up, and that's never good. Nice slam there from Josh Henry.
Yeah, good dump from Henry. Looks like he's still caught in the half guard of Joe Morris. Morris really adamant going for that guillotine, just relentless with that thing.
Yes, he is.
You know, that's going to take a toll in the later rounds too.
Okay.
You know, you're using a lot of arm strength to hold him there, to really hold that guillotine. Because right now, even like in that position when he really didn't have anything, he's still exerting that energy, holding him there. Okay. So, you know, the longer the fight goes, the more submissions you're going for, the more tired you're going to be.
Nice body punch there from Josh Henry on top. Looks like he's trying to get that right leg out and pass guard. He's in half guard right now. Looks like he's just trying to work punches from the top, maybe bringing down some elbows eventually. But it looks like Morris just wants to hold him there, hold him tight, and maybe hope the referee breaks him, or he can reverse that position, right?
Exactly. Good back and forth action with positions changing quite a bit. Yeah, with that said, Josh Henry moves to full mount. Joe Morris goes for the roll. He wants to be careful with that arm. As you can see, he's got the arm extended and wrapped around Josh Henry's neck. Josh Henry could certainly, in a scramble like that, in a roll like that, he could be quick to posture up and go for that arm bar.
There were some nice body punches there by Josh Henry, but it looks like Morris just continues to hold him, try to hold him close to kind of prevent any serious damage from being done. But as you said, Henry's posturing up and just raining down punches and elbows.
Yeah, punches and elbows. Morris trying to hold him there, but you know, these guys are deep into the first round. They're getting a little slippery, a little tired, so it's going to be a lot harder to hold him. He's got a good position in mount. He's got a real solid position. He's riding right in the middle, not too high, so he can posture up and really rain down those punches, and then just flatten right out, so he can get a good base.
So what does Morris want to do to weather this storm right here?
What Morris needs to do is he needs to get a real good lock on him. I would recommend trapping a leg, trapping an arm, and going for a roll. Going for a roll to get back on top and finish the round on a positive note. Even though he's not taking a lot of damage, Josh Henry's controlled most of the fight.
It looks like he was listening to you, because it looks like he tried to roll on him, but it looks like Josh Henry's getting a pretty good right hand, still in the full mount right there, and it looks like he had him flattened on his back, but it looks like this is just a fight that, at this point, Josh Henry is basically dominating.
Yeah, he's, like I said, he's got a good position, he's got a good mount position, he's got a real good ride, and he's got him pinned up against the fence now, so there's only one option to roll, and Josh Henry knows that. Or out the back door, too.
And Morris is bleeding a little bit, but he's on top, and it looks like this round, looks like another
he looks like he's got in a head arm choke right there. And oh man, saved by the bell, because I can tell you right now, that choke was tight. And as you can see the blood on the shoulder of Josh Henry, he was putting a lot of pressure on that choke, really getting that blood to come out. You're probably gonna have the doctor come in and take a look, have the corner guys work on it, try to get that bleeding to stop. Great round for Josh Henry.
Great action right there. Josh Henry was on the bottom at that point, but it looks like he's reversing things. Josh Henry's on top right there, rather, kind of dominating this fight. And John, I didn't think we'd see it tonight, but we're seeing the second round.
Hey, knock on wood, I'm happy for that. I want to go back a little bit to to the round there. That first round, even though there wasn't a whole lot of damage done until the end of the round, that's really going to play on the judge's mind, knowing that Josh Henry controlled that. Great job by Joe Morris to reverse it at the end of the round. He just didn't have a whole lot of time to work. He did reverse it, and he did land a couple good punches, but just not a whole lot of time, so you'd have to give that first round to Josh Henry.
And Morris has a huge welt or knot or whatever you want to call it by his right eye. He is bleeding. There's blood coming out of him. It looks like the doctor's got the blood stopped, but that is a huge knot on the right outside the right eye, and another one under the left eye. So it looks like that is something that Josh Henry will probably go after to continue making it bleed more and then maybe stopping this fight before 3 rounds.
Yeah, that's a couple nasty cuts. Fortunately for Joe Morris, it's on the side of his eye, so the blood's not going to get into his eye and do any damage to his vision.
Okay, round 2, here we go. Morris and Henry. Starting off a little slow, but the double leg takedown looks like right there from Josh Henry.
Yeah, you know, again, the Taekwondo specialist with some good wrestling. Nice reversal from Joe Morris, and he looks like he's locking up a bulldog choke. It's hard to see how tight it was. Yeah, it's slipped out, and Henry back into the side position. I think Henry just thought, you know what? I was dominant in the first round. That seemed to be my bread and butter of a fight. I'm gonna do exactly what I did in the first round. That's probably what his corner told him. Now, on the other side of the coin, Joe Morris's corner probably told him, listen, keep it on your feet.
Right. These men are going at it. They're probably very slippery right now with all the energy they exerted in the first round. So maybe chokes, maybe arm bars might be a little bit hard to attain, but I'm sure they're going to go for whatever they can.
Yeah, a little bit harder to sink in there. But it looks like Josh Henry's trying to do some damage to the face. He hit Joe Morris with a couple hammer punches, not to the side of the face that's damaged right now, but nonetheless still to the face.
And it looks like Josh Henry is still dominating from that side mount position, delivering those hammer fists, as you said. And it looks like he could be in a position to take his back. Nice reversal there, right there by Joe Morris.
Yeah, like you said, though, they're really slippery right now, so a chance of a submission is going to be really, really tough to get. You're really going to have to get something sunk in there in order to keep it.
And I can't tell who, but one of them just lost their mouthpiece. The referee has it right now. It could possibly be Josh Henry on the bottom, but I can't tell who does not have their mouthpiece.
No, go ahead, Marcus.
It just looks like Morris is just trying to rain down elbows on him. And
Yeah, now that. Yeah,
slipped right out.
Just like we talked about, the more the fight goes, the slipperier they'll get. It's like Matt Cook's going to call a halt to the action. It was the mouthpiece of Josh Henry, so they're back on the feet.
Nice low kick, and goes after that single leg takedown to get him on the ground again.
Right to the single leg. Right back into somewhat of the same position we've seen the majority of the fight. What Joe Morris wants to do is he wants to try for that reversal, just like he's doing right there. He wants to get on top. He wants to slow it down a little bit, get a good base, so he can do the damage, so he can take back this round. He can win the second round. Josh Henry obviously up the first round. If it goes to the third, then he just needs to let it all hang out. He needs to be real cautious about that takedown. He needs to stay in these positions like he's in here, the dominant positions. He needs to not get too overzealous. He doesn't want to get flipped over again.
He almost had Josh Henry's back. It looks like he's still trying to sink those. So it looks like he has one hook in. If he gets that other hook in, that could spell trouble for Josh Henry.
Yeah, he's got one hook in. He's riding a little bit too far to the side now. With both fighters being slippery, it's going to be real easy, like just happened with Josh Henry, to kind of shuck him off to the side.
And he's in Morris's full guard, but it looks like he does want to posture up and probably rain down some more elbows and do some more damage to those welts and cuts that are already on Morris's face.
Exactly, and Josh Henry real content just to push him up against the fence and do what he's done to be successful the majority of the fight.
And it can't be easy for Morris on the bottom. When you're spending most of your time on the bottom, the other guy on top of you trying to fight him off, trying to fend him off, you have to exert more energy than the guy on top, I would imagine.
Right, and at this point, you know, he knows he's cut and he knows he's down on points. It really comes into kind of a mental aspect. He's got the clock working against him. He doesn't want to be stuck in this position for the remainder of the round. He really needs to either get back to his feet or get back to a dominant position on top to really either try to do some damage or really win back the round.
Looks like he's trying to do some damage from the bottom, but it looks like Josh Henry's just too strong with punches to the body, elbows to the head, punches right there. Those are some nasty punches coming down. Better watch out for those up kicks, because that could be trouble.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught with one of those. Not to the chin when you're coming down. Oh,
missed with the elbow, which could have been real trouble right there.
Yeah, great job by Morris getting back to his feet. That's exactly where he needs to be. And looks like he got a little careless, and he's back. He needs to take this opportunity to try to get back to his knees, try to get back to his feet. he's got him somewhat of a crucifix, and he's got one arm trapped, but there's really not a lot you can do from here. Josh Henry's got his face pinned to the mat, so you're not going to get any real clean shots.
And it looks like Josh Henry was back on top, or he is back on top now, and the blood looks like it's really coming out of the right side of Joe Morris's face right now.
Yeah, and Joe Morris wants to be real careful to not take too many blows to that cut. He's got him on the side right now with that cut exposed, so we could see it from here. And it's a nasty cut, Marcus. He's not going to be able to take too many blows before that cut opens up just a little bit more, and the doctor's going to be forced to stop the bout.
And of course, as a fighter fighting him, you want to go after that spot, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a fighter in there will take anything to win, and if it means by way of doctor stoppage because of a cut, we'll take it.
Wow. It looks like Joe Morris is trying to put his stamp on the end of the fight, end of the round, rather, the last 4 seconds of this round.
Yeah, great action back and forth. I mean, the second round was a little bit of both guys with some power, some good shots, some good damage.
We're looking at some replays right now of Josh Henry going in for that double leg takedown and slam at the beginning of the second round.
You know, I say it every one of Josh Henry's fights, but I don't see anything taekwondo about what he did right there, Marcus.
Just going after that takedown to get him on the ground. And as we talked about them being slippery earlier, Josh Henry looks like he had an arm bar in there, but slips right out.
Exactly. Yeah, these guys are real slippery, real tired right now, and it's gonna, like I said, it's going to be real hard to sink in any kind of a submission unless you really got it deep right off the bat.
At this point after the second round, it looks to me, I would think it would look to both of us that Josh Henry has it. So would we think at this point that Joe Morris either has to go for the submission or knockout to win this fight? Although there's no telling, the refs could see something.
Yeah,
totally
we still
different.
got 5 minutes of action, so I mean, obviously we saw anything can happen. If I'm Joe Morris's corner guy, I'm telling him right now, watch the shot. Pick your punches, and I would say stay away from the kicks, because as soon as you kick, he's going to go for the shot. So watch your punches, look to sprawl, and look to gain dominant position and do some damage right off the bat.
And keep it on the feet. I would think Joe Morris would want to do that.
Exactly.
Third and final round, the first time getting in the third. Wow, nice spinning kick by Josh Henry. I didn't see that coming. Oh, good leg kick. Now they're swinging again. Good kicks and punches by both men.
They are definitely swinging for the fences there. Looks
good
like
knee by Josh Henry.
Yeah, great punches and knees, man. Both of them are just throwing knockout shots.
I think they both listened to you.
Yeah, they may have. They
Gotta listen to the Hurricane.
Looks like he's got a neck crank locked up, man. This thing looks looks pretty painful right here. He's starting to turn him different shades of purple. Josh Henry doing a little wall walk in there, getting his feet on the wall to relieve some of the pressure, and he's going to spin into him, going to relieve a lot of that pressure. Now, Joe Morris really needs to get to the side. I can tell what he was doing, and he was worried about getting a mount position, but he needs to get to the side somewhere he's not going to get bucked off. He needs to stay in a position like this, turn him so that he's faced into, head up against the cage, posture up, and do some damage. Right there, he's got the best opportunity of the fight to really do some damage.
And from what I've seen in the first 2 rounds, it does look like Morris either needs the submission or the knockout to win this fight. So what he needs to do is do whatever he can to get out of this position. Oh, yeah, and I didn't see it right there, but Josh Henry, what was that, John?
He was caught in an arm triangle choke, so a head arm choke. It was real tough, and slippery or not, it's real hard to get out of something like that.
And just that quick, the fight's over. We're looking at the end of the fight right here, where Josh Henry kind of quick transition.
He made a mistake right there of getting his arm too far over on the side of his face. Josh Henry just pushed it over, sunk that in. There's no getting out of that. Slippery, not slippery, it doesn't matter. That's a tight choke. You got your own shoulder working against you to cut off the air.
That was a very good fight into the third round. Now let's go on up to Sean T., our ring announcer, for the official announcement of this fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner after 1 minute and 14 seconds in the third round by head and arm choke, your winner, Josh Bam Bam Henry.
Going to break. All right, your winner, Josh Henry. We come back with much more on MCC 21 after the break. Don't go anywhere. That was some good action. Welcome back to MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott. This is fight number 6 taking place. Thomas Lopez against Troy Klein. This is a battle of light heavyweights. And John, we are looking at the tail of the tape right now.
All right, Thomas Lopez, 205-pound, 6'2" striker. He's got a 10-2 record. Taking on Troy Klein, 205 pounds, 6'2" as well. Also a striker, 6-3 record.
All right, it looks like Troy could stand to lose a little bit of weight, but I'm not going to say too much about that because he's a fighter, I'm not. But these men, it looks like they both want to stand up and bang, so I'm expecting to see maybe a short end to another fight tonight.
Yeah, all of Troy's fights, man, win or lose, he shows a ton of hearts, and he just swings for the fences. Smile on his face. He's just happy to be there. He's been the MCC's referee for quite some time. He says, hey, I'm tired of watching these guys bang. I want to get in there and bang with them.
I thought he looked familiar, John. Now I know where I've seen him from, refereeing these fights.
That's right.
And refereeing is probably closer than I'd like to be. This is the closest I want to be to actually fighting in there. It takes a lot of guts, a lot of heart, a lot of courage to get in there. Now we're going up to Sean T to give us our official announcement of the fighters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this next bout is 3 rounds in the MCC Light Heavyweight Division. Brought to us by our friends at Colorworks Tattoo and Body Piercing. Clean, safe, professional, located in the lower level of Valley West Mall. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6 feet, 2 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa with a record of 10 wins and 2 losses, this is Thomas Lopez. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6 feet, 2 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds, fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa with a record of 6 wins and 3 losses. This is Troy Klein.
Black shorts, Troy Klein in the gray shorts, and Troy Klein's game plan is never changing, stand and bang.
That's stand and bang, that's it. We got a stand and banger, a jiu-jitsu fighter with a little wrestling, who also likes to stand and bang and mix it up.
All right, and here they go. They're both swinging. Troy Klein took a couple to the face, but he's not backing down. They're both swinging. Ooh, good knee from Thomas Lopez.
Yeah, great knee right off the bat, kind of caught Troy off guard. Oh, and he walked right into a stiff one right there.
Troy better cover up and protect himself. He's intelligently defending himself right there, but that knee cannot feel good.
Yeah, man, big knees, big punches, and he's got Troy Klein in some trouble.
And Troy wants to work to his feet, which is what he did to try to end it, try to get back in the fight, rather.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot to put Klein down. Like I said, man, every one of his fights, he's always on the short end of the stick.
Nice
but
elbow.
He can come back and
nice elbow. And I don't know what happened there, but Troy hit him with a pretty good elbow. I don't know what the problem is right there.
I'm not sure if he may have taken an accidental finger to the eye, or yeah, it looks like that's what he's saying. He took an accidental finger to the eye.
Of course, unintentional. Now they're going to go back and start banging again.
Sure.
What everybody wants to see. Troy has that right hand cocked.
Yeah, Troy set up for it's no shame in his game. He's going to tell you where it's coming from.
Nice right hand from Troy Klein.
Big right hand, and he's going to...
Nice elbow from Lopez. Nice knee, rather, from Lopez. Sorry about that.
Nice knee right to the bread basket, if you will, Marcus, right there in the midsection of Klein.
I expected Troy to try to push off and start swinging again.
Yeah, that's
nice elbow from Troy Klein.
Yeah, great. Troy's a powerful guy, you know. I mean, despite the maybe looking a little out of shape, he's got a lot of power behind those punches.
Yes,
and you can tell when he catches him, man, he really moves him. So that's the game plan: stand and bang and really try to grind it out.
Nice knees from Lopez, but Troy has that right hand cocked. Oh, ready to throw it. There, that right hand is cocked from Troy Klein. He is ready.
It's a little early in the fight to get tired, but both of them, mouths wide open,
hands down,
hands down. So it's what we call.
Oh, Troy got hit with a. That was a great punch by Lopez.
He walked right into that one. That put him flat on the canvas.
He's covering up well though, protecting himself. But I don't know how much more the referee's going to let him take.
Yeah, he's going to need to. Yeah,
he's over. Thomas Lopez with a referee stoppage.
That was a ref stoppage tap at the same time. That was a, man, I'd love to see that, take a look at that replay again.
Yes. That right hand cocked by Troy Klein, throwing it out there. Hands down, and then he gets served right there.
Wow, and you can see right away, I mean, eyes roll back in his head. He was in trouble. He hit the ground, and it was lights out.
but Troy's hands are down by his waist, so that cannot be good. And when your hands are down, that's what happens.
Turn the lights out. Troy rolled over, tried to cover up, but I still don't think he knew where he was, and took a few more, and it was all she wrote.
That's right, he tapped out, and that's when the ref stepped in. Now let's go on up to the ring announcer, Shaun T, for the official announcement of this fight.
First round, tap out by strikes, Thomas Lopez.
All right, we're going to stand by for our next fight. In the meantime, we're taking a quick break. MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott continues right after this. Welcome back to MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott. Getting ready for fight number 7. Jeremy Castro against TJ O'Brien. Just want to let everyone know, coming up, we will talk to MCC making the fighter Colby Corrados and Joe Brammer coming up in a few minutes. But first, it is on to fight number 7. And let's check out the tail of the tape. Marcus McIntosh here with John Halverson.
Jeremy Castro, 155-pound, 5'6" wrestler with a 3-3 professional record, taking on former MCC featherweight champion TJ the Spider O'Brien, 155-pound, 6'2", a jiu-jitsu specialist with a 10-3 professional record.
And TJ lists his strengths as a fighter as wicked jiu-jitsu, and I think we've seen that in the past where he goes to the ground and it's usually trouble for the other guy.
Man, this guy's 6'3", he's got 5-foot legs. He can triangle guys from across the ring, Marcus.
He sure can. He is definitely tall for a lightweight. Wow.
Yeah, up a weight class, normally fighting at 145 pounds, wanted to stay active, wants to pursue the belt again, but said, hey, let me get another fight in before an opportunity comes up. I'll take on Jeremy Castro.
All right, now let's go on up to our ring announcer, Shaun T, for the official announcement of introduction of the fighters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this next bout is 3 rounds in the MCC lightweight division. First, fighting out of our blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Mount Carroll, Illinois with a record of 3 wins and 3 losses. This is Jeremy Castro. And his opponent across the ring fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighed in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Pearl, Iowa with a record of 10 wins and 3 losses. He is the former MCC featherweight champion. Give it up for TJ the Spider O'Brien.
Jeremy Castro in the red and black shorts, the Spider, TJ O'Brien in the gray shorts, the taller fighter, Castro the shorter fighter. It looks like Castro's been working his stand-up for this, and that'd be a good idea because on the ground, TJ O'Brien is very, very tough, John.
Absolutely. TJ O'Brien, like he claims, man, just wicked jiu-jitsu. But he's been working on his strikes as well, so he's not afraid to stand there and bang with guys.
Okay.
Normally TJ's getting taken down, and that's why his jiu-jitsu is so advanced, because he always ends up on his back. So he said, hey, if I'm going to be here, I'm going to do something.
Okay, both men content to stand up for right now. Castro throwing some weak right jabs out there. Good leg kick by Castro. Good low leg. Ooh, nice high kick by TJ O'Brien up top.
Yeah, Castro's strengths in his wrestling too, but he trains out of the Militich camp up in Bettendorf, Iowa, and those guys are absolute monsters. So believe me, he's seen everything in training, and he brings it all to the table when he fights.
Oh, nice knee by TJ O'Brien.
Yeah, big knee, and you know, with those long legs, not only can he triangle you from across the room, he can knee you from across the room.
Another good left knee to the face. Good punches by O'Brien.
Yeah, as you can see, like I said, TJ's really been working his stand-up, and it's really showing. He looks real comfortable on his feet, throwing kicks, punches, knees. Real good job.
Now it looks like Castro has he's on top of TJ O'Brien in full guard right now.
Yeah, TJ looking to grab that hand. That's just a setup for his patented triangle right there, controlling the wrist. He's going to look to push one through. Legs come up, just like that. I think some of these guys can hear me in there, Marcus. I'm going to have to talk a little bit quieter in there, but he's got that thing locked up tight.
He does.
And it's only a matter of time now unless Castro does something.
There it is, tapping out patented TJ Spider O'Brien right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's his bread and butter right there, and it just seems, you know, they call him the Spider because, man, he just lures people into that.
Yes, he does. And you would think with Castro being the bigger, stronger, thicker guy that he'd have the advantage on the ground, but you do not want to go to the ground with the Spider. We're looking at the finish right here, John.
Yeah, just like I called it, grab the hold of the wrist control. Here come the legs, hips moving. Got one locked in, put it down, locked it in, grab the hold of the head. got a couple elbows in there just for good measure, just to let him know that he's there.
Yes.
And said, well, it's time to finish the fight. I'm going to finish the fight.
The scary part of this is you said TJ usually fights 10 pounds lighter at 145 featherweight. That is a scary sight right there. The Spider looks like he's back in form. Now let's go up to Shaun T for the official announcement of the end of this fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner. 1 minute and 28 seconds of the first round by triangle choke. Your winner, TJ the Spider O'Brien.
The Spider O'Brien winning right there. Coming up after the break, we talk to MCC Making the Fighters, Colby Corrados and Joe Brammer. That's coming up next on MCC 21. Stay with us. MCC 21, 3 more fights under our belt here from the Des Moines Veterans Auditorium. I'm here with John Halverson. I'm Marcus McIntosh, courtesy of KCCI. Now let's take a recap of the last 3 fights we just witnessed right now. Some pretty good action, John.
Absolutely. We saw the head arm choke. Joe Morris getting caught in that by Josh Henry.
And it was over in the 3rd round right there. As you see it, Josh Henry very happy.
And then we see the nice knees, nice punches, and the finish of Troy Klein by a very tough, very determined Thomas Lopez. TJ the Spider O'Brien with his patented triangle right there, tapping out Jeremy Castro. Some good action inside the cage at MCC tonight.
That's right. We have much more coming our way tonight, including an interview with the 2 people in MCC Making the Fighter, Colby Corrados, and Joe Brammer. That's next on MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott. Stay with us.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm John Halverson here with a couple of the members of the new MCC reality show, Making the Fighter, Colby Corrados and Joe Brammer. I'm going to start first with you, Colby. Normally, we're used to seeing the cameras on you when you're inside there. Now the cameras are on you outside the cage. Tell me a little bit about that.
You know, the day-to-day training, working outside the cage, you know, with Round Kick, Gold's Gym, you know, at Spartan. You know, it's just everybody that I train with outside the cage. You know, we really train and basically
get it done.
Yeah,
get it done. Yeah, it's a great look at how the fighters train, what they really put themselves through. You know, it's not just getting in there and banging it out, you know, for 2-3 minutes or 15 minutes sometimes. There's a lot that goes in. I mean, there's weeks, there's months of preparation to get in the cage. And you guys are really going to be the pioneers for MCC to really kind of bring that to the audience out there in MediaCom land to show what you guys do outside the cage. It's a great thing. Bring in the lightweight interim champion, Joe Brammer. Now, Joe, I know you're on the show. I know you're going to pump it up, do it big for the guys at home. But I want to talk real quick because word on the street is you've got a fight already set up, MCC 22 reality check, taking on featherweight champion Chris Mickle.
That's right. How'd you know?
Hey, a little birdie told me. So we're gonna follow you around. We're gonna get the cameras on you. We're gonna show you your training and preparation for this fight, leading up to this fight at MCC 22. I know it's a little premature because this fight was just signed, but give me your thoughts on the fight.
Me and Chris are friends. He's a cool guy. I like him. We're gonna go out there and he's gonna try to beat me up. I'm gonna try to beat him up. You know, it's going to be a good fight. I got a plan.
Always got a plan, man.
I got a plan.
Always got a plan. Well, listen, everybody out there, check out the reality show, MCC Making the Fighter, only on MediaCom. Colby the Alligator Corrados, Joe the Hammer Brammer, bringing the action from outside the cage to you.
Welcome back to MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott here at Veterans Auditorium in downtown Des Moines. Our next fight number 8, Andy Branson against Elvis Mutapcic. Marcus McIntosh here with the Hurricane, John Halverson. John, talk about the tale of the tape.
Andy Branson, 185 pounds, 6-foot fighter, jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. Perfect 4-0 record, taking on the king, Elvis Mutapcic, 185, also 6 foot, a freestyle fighter with a professional record, 3 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws.
All right, this should prove to be a pretty interesting fight. It sounds like the king has a lot of fans following him tonight.
For sure, man. They come out in droves to watch this guy fight.
I remember watching him fight as an amateur. He hasn't been pro that long. When you watched him fight as an amateur, was it just a matter of time?
You know, his first fight, he came out with one of his buddies. His buddy talked him into coming out and fighting. He came out and fought at DMX. Look, the most nervous kid coming in there. Head kick, knockout win, 5 seconds, and I said, man, this guy's a star. Let's bring him to MCC.
All right, we're watching tonight. Sean T with our official fighter introductions.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, this is 3 rounds in the MCC middleweight division. Brought to you by your friends at Twisted Parrot, your home for all of the UFC and WWE pay-per-view shows. Great food, great drink specials. It is the Twisted Parrot. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6 feet even, weighing in at 185 pounds, fighting out of Iowa City, Iowa. With a perfect record of 4 wins with no losses, this is Andy Branson. And his opponent across the ring fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6 feet even, weighing in at 185 pounds, fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa by way of Bosnia, with a record of 3 wins with 2 losses. This is Elvis, the King Mutapcic.
All right, the King Elvis Mutapcic in the blue shorts. Andy Branson in the black and white shorts. John, should we expect this to be a stand-up war?
You know, that's if Elvis has it his way, it's going to be. He's going to come out to throw some heavy shots, is what he told me. He's really wanting some fireworks in this fight.
And the fans definitely wanted the same. A lot of people here supporting the king, so we'll see what happens as round 1 and fight number 8 gets underway. Good inside leg kick by the king. Oh, good punch by the king.
Elvis looking great, looking real comfortable on the feet, looking to land some big shots. Good push kick there, keeping his opponent at bay.
Looking really focused too.
Yeah, I can see that he's really improved his footwork. He's using great footwork, using angles, and really just firing off them shots.
Oh, the king's motioning him in. He wants to slug it out, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, man, he's begging for fireworks. He's always involved in just knockdown, drag-out fights, and that's just the way this guy likes to fight.
Good high-low by the king with punches to the head and punch to the body.
Yeah, really mixing it up there. Both of them really mixing it up with neither one looks real content to try to take it to the ground, so we may just see another knockout.
Yeah, they both look very comfortable. Both look willing to swing. Both men appear to be taking their time. The king ducked under one and tried to deliver right hand. Nice overhand right there. Good flying knee. But Branson ate some punches there for his efforts.
Yeah, got both guys really swinging with them power shots, and there Branson looks to tie up. Got the clinch right here. Gonna land some knees. Mutapcic coming over the top with some punches, some elbows. Both straight knees, and Mutapcic with a nice uppercut getting out of that mix up there.
If both men keep connecting like this, you're right, John, this fight will not last very long.
Yeah, those 4-ounce gloves, Marcus, they're unforgiving. And, you know, you as we've seen tonight earlier, you get caught with one of those stiff ones, and it's night-night time.
Yes, both men exchanged some body kicks right there and some leg kicks. Now they're clinching up again. Elvis swinging for the fences. Now he's on his back with Branson in his full guard. And Branson, with his kind of wrestling background, we can imagine that this is where he'd want the fight to be.
Yeah, he's a dominant wrestler, and although he said he's content to keep it standing on his feet too, he said he's been working on his kicks, but he's content to take it to the ground. So he said either way he'll take whatever. And with that said, he lands in the mount position on top of the king, Mutapcic, and Mutapcic has him locked up pretty well. Andy Branson landed some shots to the sides rather to kind of soften him up.
This can't be where the King wants to be. What does he need to do to get out of this as he takes some body shots from Branson?
Well, he's doing a good job of keeping him locked up. You know, he's going to want to try to keep a good hold of him, not let him posture up and rain down with any punches or elbows. But he's doing what he needs to do right now. He's keeping him at bay. He's keeping him pretty close. You know, eventually, I'm sure he'll look to sweep or reverse a position.
It looks like Branson has control of Mutaptic's left hand right there. Is he trying to work for possibly maybe a Kimura, an armbar? I'm not sure.
Well, he could be working for a key lock.
Oh, wow, nice reversal.
Yeah, great reversal.
Whoa.
he overcommitted to the arm. He got a little overzealous there, and Mutapcic sensed that and went for the roll.
Wow, I've never seen a reversal like that before, but I guess the King really wants it. Now he's on top, and I guess he wants to posture up and try to bring down those elbows and hands, right?
Yeah, Elvis is a tough guy. He's an explosive guy. He's a strong guy. I've trained a lot with him, and he's a real strong guy. And,
nice punches from the top.
So those punches coming down from him, they've got a lot of heat on them.
Now he wants him to get up. Elvis wants to stand and swing. Nice body kick by Branson. Elvis tries to go back to the leg.
Yeah, and as you can see now with the kicks, with the punches, he's really putting a lot behind it. So he's really going to try to look to inflict some damage or end the fight right now.
Nice knee by Elvis Mutapcic right there. Both men in the clinch. Elvis Mutapcic is working him into the fence, looking to get in some knees there, and an uppercut right there by Elvis Mutapcic. Can't tell what Branson is trying to do right there, but I would imagine that would be the start of some kind of choke.
It looked like he's trying to draw him in for a guillotine, but Mutapcic changed with a great wrestling team over at the Moy Mixed Martial Arts Academy, Coach Anthony Tricelli, so he's not going to fall into any of those, first day, we call them those first day mistakes, those amateur mistakes. He's going to be content to just keep tall, keep him up against the fence right there to relieve a lot of that pressure on his head. Looks like Branson was going for a leg trip right there, but Mutapcic has a single leg locked up. Let go, delivered a nice elbow, a nice knee, and then he's got double unders right now.
Okay, another nice knee by Elvis Mutapcic as he has Branson up against the fence. Right hands to the body. Both men seem to be content right there in the clinch, trying to work the dirty boxing there, whether it's, nice overhand right by Elvis Mutapcic as he got out of the clinch. More punches by Mutapcic, overhand right again. Nice body kick by Branson. Nice knees by Mutapcic. Both men really swinging hard.
Yeah, these guys are banging. This is a great display of some stand-up technique by both fighters. Kicks, punches, elbows. They're using all of the tools. You know, you basically, Marcus, you got 8 weapons. You got 2 fists, you got 2 elbows, 2 knees, and 2 shins. And these guys are using all of them.
This looks like a matchup of two closely, I guess I would say their skills are probably as close as can be, because they're both given as good as they get.
Yeah, great matchup for both these guys. Similar strengths. Both of them want a real exciting fight, and both of them said they're just going to go out there and let it all hang out. So when you got 2 guys willing to do that, that just equals fireworks.
And now we're going to see that reverse here by Elvis Mutapcic as he's on the ground, and he kicks his legs up in the air, and eventually he reverses the position. Right there you see him on the bottom. Then he kicks his legs up, reverses it, and then he gets into the dominant top position, but still in Branson's guard. I can't wait to see what these guys have in store for round 2, John.
Yeah, it's hard to say, you know, what kind of advice the corner is going to give him, because both were successful on the feet, both were successful on the ground. Mutapcic possibly landing more of the power shots, but Branson looks no worse for the wear.
So for the second time tonight, we go into round 2 of a fight. Here we go, round 2 between Mutapcic and Branson. Lots of action in this fight. These men look ready to go. They looks like they had a little trouble closing the cage, but now it's all closed, and these men are ready to start swinging again. Round 2 action. Here we go. That was a leg kick check by Elvis Mutapcic, followed up by a right hand. Oh, nice straight right by Branson.
Yeah, great knee by Mutapcic. Branson having pinned up against the cage, rather looking to take him down, and he gets him to the ground, into the guard of Elvis Mutapcic.
Nice elbow from the bottom.
Great elbows, man. Those things are painful. That feels like you're getting hit with a tack hammer on top of your head, Marcus. So that's not a position you want to stay in and take too many of those. You know, if you don't feel it now, believe me, you're going to feel it when you wake up in the morning.
Both men look to be working punches from the bottom. The King had a couple elbows, a couple undercuts. Now look, Branson tried to come down hard with an elbow, partially blocked, but it still delivered a little bit of a blow. And Branson's going to the body as well. Nice uppercut by Mutapcic, and a nice right hand counter by Branson, as they're both delivering some blows. Elbows from the bottom. Branson from the top.
Using the cage well to kind of work his way around. You want to watch out. Elvis has some good submissions too. Even though the guy's a striker, he's got some good submissions. And so Branson's going to want to be real careful right here, especially getting extended with those arms, because Elvis Matopchik will be real quick to try to lock up an armbar or a triangle.
Okay, but it looks like Branson now has gone back down and he's in the mount position.
Yeah,
and this is where he wants to be with Elvis pinned up against the cage, right?
Exactly, Marcus. We saw this earlier in the Josh Henry-Joe Morris fight. And fighters are real dominant from right here because you got him pinned up against the fence. There's really nowhere to go. They can really only roll one way, so that's something that the fighter has to, the only thing the fighter really has to look for. And right here, Branson has him pinned up against the cage. You want to watch out for that, the right hand that's sticking up right there, because that's definitely a red flag, something the guy on the top is going to want to
look for. He's going for that reversal again, and he gets it.
Oh!
Wow!
Man, the crowd just going nuts. A moment ago, they're chanting Elvis, 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 and this guy really
nice
wants to put on a good show, play it up for the crowd. So, maybe that little boost energized him to get that reversal. Now he's going to be on top, and he's going to look to inflict some damage to his own.
Yes, Elvis Matopchik delivered a few elbows from the top and a few hits, a few right hands to the body, but it looks like Branson's trying to control him, keep him down, keep him close, so Elvis cannot deliver too much damage right there as he's trying to, looks like, wrap up Elvis's left arm while Elvis tries to swing with the right. This is a good fight. Both men really working hard here.
Yeah, great fight. Very technical fight. You can tell both these guys train really hard. Both come from real good camps. Really good training.
Nice right hand by Elvis Matopchik.
As Branson moved his hips for an armbar, Elvis took the higher road and kind of backed up out of that. Down in Branson's half guard now. Matopchik was looking to straighten up the arm, trying to pin it down.
There, just like you said right there, he almost had it pinned down. Wow, both men. The one thing interesting so far about this fight, as far as I'm concerned, is when either man is on the bottom, they don't look panicked. They look calm. They just look to try to advance position, maybe mount or get out.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said earlier, these guys both come from great camps, and believe me, they've seen this position time and time again. I mean, this is hours, weeks,
nice elbow.
months of doing the same thing over and over. So once they get in here, it's just like a normal day at the gym. Nothing they see in here is going to rattle them because they've been in the worst position. They've trained in the worst. They've trained how to get out of the worst or try to stay there and take the worst.
Nice elbow from the top by Matopchik. Another nice elbow by Matopchik.
Yeah, he's really landing those really flush, really hard, and he's coming down with full force.
Nice punches. Got him with a right-left combination right to the face right there. The left hand hit him square on the jaw. But Branson's proven to be a pretty tough character. He's not panicking. He's looking to do what he can to hold Matopchik down to keep him getting any more punishment.
Yeah, both fighters came in phenomenal shape. You can just see, I mean, they're not breathing hard. They're not breathing too much out of their mouth. I mean, they look like they're still in the first round, and they're deep into the second round.
Yes, they are. Less than a minute left in this second round here. It looks like Matopchik's left arm is pinned down by Branson. Can't really tell.
Maybe, yeah. Looks like he might have been trying to work a sweep, but
okay.
The referee halted the action, brought it back to the feet, and for the last 30 seconds of the round, we might just see these guys banging out up top.
Nice hands, nice hands. Both men swinging. Wow, good exchange by both men right there. Muay Thai clinch, some knees right there by both men. Nice leg kick by Branson.
Oh, wow.
He was going for it all, wasn't he, right there?
He really threw it out there, man. That was a huge uppercut by Branson. Just barely missed the chin of Matopchik.
Oh, nice right hand.
Man.
Nice right hand.
Huge hand to kind of close out the round for Branson. Man, I felt that over here in the booth, Marcus.
I think I would have felt that uppercut had that landed. That uppercut, he was delivering that with mean intentions, with everything he had. Now let's take a look at some of the replays from the action from the second round. Here we go, Elvis with that reversal again. He was on the bottom, goes to the back, comes back out on top. A lot of good action by both men so far in this fight.
Take a look at that big 1-2 combination.
And here comes the left.
Yeah, great punches, and Branson locks him right back up. Let's take a look at that punch at the end of the round there.
Whoa!
Bam! That could have been a fight ender for a lot of these guys in here, but not the King, not Matopchik. Take a look at the same punch, different angle.
Yes, I have to see that again.
Right over the top, boom! Whoa. Big right hand, and dazed him, but didn't confuse him, and Mutapcic right back into action, throws a couple of his own to end up the round.
And you notice, Elvis, after he took that punch, he put his hands back up. That's something you want to make sure you do when you start getting tagged.
Absolutely. They know. They've been in there. They train this day in and day out. They're not going to get fazed by this. Great display of technique on the part of both fighters tonight.
Third and final round action. Both men showing respect to each other as they set it up by shaking hands. And let's get to third round action. MCC 21. Looks like that right kick got underneath the arm of Mutapcic. Caught him in the ribs. Nice low kick by Branson. Both men kind of circling each other. Oh, another try for that uppercut by Branson, barely missing again.
Great head movement by Branson. He threw the uppercut, he missed. Mutapcic came over with a hook and he ducked out of the way. Again, great display of technique by both fighters. This is definitely shaping up to be fight of the night.
Yes, it sure is looking like it at this point. Both men look like they're from very good camps. They're both solid strikers, solid on the ground. Wow. Good matchup of two fighters who are evenly matched tonight.
Both really looking to work that power hook, and you know, again, another fight-ending shot. They're both coming a little. They need to set that up, Marcus. They need to set that up with the jab, maybe double jab.
Oh, nice high kick.
Huge
but he
kick.
came back. Branson came back from suffering that, getting hit with that high kick. Wow.
Yeah, huge kick, just kind of bounced right out the face of Branson. Luckily, it caught him with the foot and not the shin. If it would have been a shin kick, that would have either most definitely been lights out or a huge gash on the side of the face of Branson. But Branson with an excellent judo toss right there to put the king on his back, ends up in side guard, and really looking to do some damage to the ribs of Mutapcic.
Good punches right there, left hand to the ribs by Branson. But he's still inside control for the king, and the king. Oh, now Branson has side control rather right there. What does the king need to do to get out of this, John?
What he needs to do is he needs to turn into him. He needs to turn into him on his side and really shift his knees, bring his knees up to his stomach, and really kind of shift to get his guard back. What he's doing right there is he's putting his leg up to try to avoid the Andy Branson from passing into a mount. As you can see, as soon as he let that guard down, that figure four of the legs rather, Branson swiftly moved into the mount position. Mutapcic has an arm under, and what he's doing right now is he's looking to sweep Branson. He just doesn't want to get caught with that hand in there too much. And, you know, again, he may have heard me talking. This is like I'm playing a video game, Marcus. I don't know what's going on here, but...
when the Hurricane talks, people listen. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I'm cornering both these guys. I feel like I'm cornering everybody tonight, Marcus. But we're in here having fun, watching these guys go. And to both these fighters' credit, Marcus, neither one of them has slowed the pace down. They've kept the same pace throughout the whole fight. It just goes to show how hard these guys train getting ready for this bout.
Both came in very good shape, looking ripped and chiseled, and a few right hands to the body from Branson right there. He's looking to, it looks like he wants to try to flatten Mutapcic out and then do more damage, maybe posture up and start raining down elbows and maybe hammer fists from the top.
Yeah, you can see right now he's crawling up the cage looking for that reversal, and comes right out the back door.
He should look over and say, thanks for the advice, John. Wow, now the king is back on top, Mutapcic, and what he'll probably want to do, John, as you mentioned earlier, is posture up and start raining down punches, elbows, hammer fists, whatever he can do to try to inflict some damage and score points with the judges.
Yeah, if I'm Mutapcic's corner, I'm yelling him to back out of the guard, get it back to the feet. He's very successful on the feet. Not that he hasn't been on the ground, but he spent a good deal of the round in Andy Branson, on the mount, underneath Andy Branson. You don't want to end the fight like that. It's too close of a fight right now. You want to end the fight on a real positive, a real dominating note.
The referee stands him up right here. Nice body kick by Branson. Another nice body kick by Branson. Oh, nice right hand by Branson.
Yeah, good body kick. Now, what Branson wants to do in these situations when he's going to throw that kick, he wants to set that kick up with his hands, just like that hook I talked about earlier. You can see he's throwing that kick. But
and he drops in the guard right there.
That thing, and he's dropping his hand, so he could definitely come over with a counter right on that. Elvis has a big hook, and that's the perfect setup for it. But yeah, with that said, they're back on the ground. Andy Branson on the bottom, Mutapcic on top. Branson has him locked up, but as soon as he lets loose, watch for Elvis to posture up and really rain down a flurry of combinations.
Less than a minute left in this fight. It looks like somebody's bleeding. I have to assume it's Elvis Mutapcic because he's on top. The blood is on the right shoulder of Branson. And it looks like these men less than 30 seconds in this fight. Looks like the King is trying to move to either mount or a side control position to inflict more damage. A couple right hands to the body, then back to the head. That's a combination I believe you were talking about, John. Some kind of combination. A few punches to the body, then going to the head by Mutapcic.
Right, exactly. A couple to the body, soften him up, and then boom, right to the head.
Lower that arm to protect the body, then go to the head, and it looks like the King finishing out strong. Good fight by both men.
Great fight and great way to end the round for Elvis. He may have been caught in the mount of Andy Branson, but he ended the fight on a positive note, on a dominant note, and this one's going to the judges.
That's right. The first time tonight, these men spent 15 minutes beating on each other, and what did they do at the end? They help each other up. Now here's the first kick to the face. Ooh.
Oh, just barely out of the way. I mean, 6 inches closer to Mutapcic, and it would have been lights out for sure.
Yes, it would have. And now there is Branson with a judo throw, as you mentioned earlier, taking the King to the ground and eventually working to the full mount position. A lot of good action in this fight. These two young men were evenly matched, and it showed. Both trained very hard. Both were in very good shape, and you could tell it did not look like they slowed down at all during this fight, John. No matter who was on top, who was on the bottom, they worked hard, and it really paid off. A good fight, something the fans will appreciate. And from my corner, I'm glad I'm not a referee, John. This, for me, is too close to call.
Yeah, this is definitely, the judges are really going to have to do some work tonight. They may have got out of it on the first few fights, but I'll tell you what, it's making up for it on this fight.
And I mentioned the referee. I meant the judges, of course. I would not want to be a judge for a fight like this because it's got to be style. It's got to be who you think dominated the fight. Maybe you give it to Mutapcic because he had most of the time on top and had some outstanding reversals, or sweeps, rather, when he was on the bottom. This was a good fight. Both men playing to the crowd. You could tell that Mutapcic is the man that the people came to see. Branson getting a few boos, but he should get some applause as well because these young men put on quite the show tonight. A outstanding fight. And for the first time tonight, we go to the judges' scorecard. This was some good action. So let's go on up to the ring to Shaun T to give us the official announcement of the decision for fight number 8. Andy Branson against Elvis the King Mutapcic in middleweight action.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 extremely hard-fought rounds, we are going to the judges' scorecards. Judge Huckfeld scores the fight 28-29, Branson. Judge Ream scores the fight 29-28. Excuse me. Sorry, out of order. Judge Nick Marsh. Judge scores the fight 29-28. Mutapcic. Judge Ream scores the fight 29-28. Your winner by split decision, Andy Branson.
Decision beating the King Elvis Mutapcic in middleweight action. We're going to take a break on MCC 21. We are back with our next fight, fight number 9, the minivan, after the break. Welcome back to MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriot. Marcus McIntosh here with John the Hurricane Halverson. Fight number 9, Matt Skaggs versus Mike Van Meer. Let's go to the tail of the tape.
Matt Skaggs, 205 pounds, 5'9" wrestler, a 12-13 record, taking on the minivan, former MCC middleweight champion, 5'5", 205-pounder, a ground and pound specialist with a 45-17 record. And man, I'll tell you what, Van Meer has fought the who's who of mixed martial arts.
That's right. Let's look at some of the action. Van Meer is just a pit bull, throwing his opponent to the ground, swinging him around, just hammering, pounding his opponent. That's what he does, and he puts people out a lot of the time, picks them up, slams them to the ground. That's the minivan.
Yeah, absolutely. Another case of don't judge a book by its cover. This guy may look like he's out of shape, he may look like he's slow, but this guy can hang with the best of them. He's proved it time and time again. And this is actually a rematch from an early MCC with a pretty good back and forth war with Minivan ended up getting a knockout. Skaggs says, man, I feel cheated. He got a lucky shot. He's a punk. I'm coming to take it from him tonight.
All right, let's get the official introductions of the fighters by our ring announcer, Shaun T.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is going to be 3 rounds in the MCC light heavyweight division. Brought to us by our friends at Insanity Fightwear. the official clothing of MCC. Visit the Insanity booth to pick up the hottest MMA gear in and out of the cage. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds, fighting out of Ames, Iowa, with a record of 12 wins and 13 losses. Give it up for Matt Skaggs. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds, fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa, with a record of 45 wins and 17 losses. He is the former MCC middleweight champion. This is Mike Minivan Van Muir.
A lot of people here for the Minivan in the white and orange shorts. Matt Skaggs in the white shorts with the black pinstripes. I expect this one to be another war, John.
Well, you know, it could go either way, but when I talked to the Minivan earlier, he says, I said, what's your prediction? Is it going to be quick? He said, nope. It's going to go 3 rounds. It's going to go the distance.
Nice body
and I'm
kick
whooping him the whole time.
Oh. Skaggs has Minivan up against it. Ooh, nice swinging for the fences by Minivan.
Yeah, he catches him with a couple of those, and it's probably not going to go 3 rounds, Marcus.
No, it won't. It won't even go 1 round. Ooh, nice left hand by Skaggs coming in.
Yeah,
he means business early on.
Hey, Vicious Skaggalicious, as he calls himself. He said, man, I'm not letting him do it to me again. I should have beat him the first time, but I'm going to prove I can beat him the second.
Nice knee to the body by Skaggs. Nice knee up top by Mike Van Meer, as both men were up against the fence. Now the Minivan has Skaggs pinned up against the fence. Looks like he's trying to take him down, and I believe if the Minivan takes Skaggs down, it could be nothing but trouble for Skaggs at this point.
Yeah, I see there on Minivan's, looks like it's his right calf, shin area. He's kind of got that taped up. Now, he didn't have that earlier. He certainly didn't have it last night at the weigh-ins. So I'm wondering if something may have happened when he was back there training. Maybe you caught it wrong, something happened, but I noticed him limping a little bit, so hopefully that doesn't take away from the ability of Mike to do something great in this fight, but we'll see.
Okay, it looks like Skaggs is going back and forth between a southpaw and conventional stance. Does that cause problems for the other fighters?
Yeah, you know, it can really kind of confuse somebody, because you get a game plan for somebody, you think they're a southpaw, then they come to you conventional.
Skaggs got him up. Wow.
Huge slam by Matt Skaggs, man.
Slam by Skaggs.
He means business.
He does. He is not messing around. Minivan rather has him in half guard right now. A few blows to the body by Skaggs. And there he looks to Minivan trying to reverse it, and there he's got his back right there. Minivan reverses just that quick. The Minivan working punches low to the body and the left hand and to the up top to the head. But Skaggs does not look like he's panicking. He's just trying to hold him down there, control him, keep him from delivering any punishment from the top position.
Yeah, absolutely. He said he's been training a lot, training with a lot of good people, working on his jiu-jitsu, working on his stand-up. He said, so, nothing that Mikey brings to the table is really going to phase him. He's already been in there once, so he knows what he has to offer. He feels that he's gotten a little better since their last bout. He doesn't feel that Minivan has.
And the Minivan fell back in the full guard right there with Skaggs. Got him in full guard. Minivan going low and high with the left hand to the body, the ribs, and up top to the head. A couple hammer fists from the right hand, then it's back to working the body.
Normally training with the Des Moines Extreme Fight team, Mike Van Meer switched it up a little bit for this fight. Went over to Round Kick, training with Coach Pete Peterson, working on his Muay Thai. So instead of just bringing the ground and pound game to the fight here, he wanted to bring some more of the stand-up. Again, we'll see if that's an injury to that leg, if that's really going to affect his ability to do anything.
Oh, nice hammer fist to the face. Looks like Skaggs is hurt. Skaggs is definitely hurt right here. Skaggs is hurt. Okay, I thought the ref was stopping. He's tapping out right there. Skaggs was definitely hurt by some of the hammer fists from Minivan being on top of him. And there you see lots of people here supporting the Minivan, Mike Van Meer, ending it. Just kind of typical fashion like our first 4 or 5 fights, our first round stoppage. Matt Skaggs tapped out. Lots of top hammer fists. And we're going to show some of the highlights of this first round tap out from the Minivan. Matt Skaggs gets the Minivan up and then brings him down hard.
Yeah, huge slam by Skaggs, and he started out with a burst of energy, some good punches, but Minivan in true warrior fashion weathered the storm, and really when he got the opportunity, really took that opportunity to unload on the head of Matt Skaggs, and really really inflict some damage, got the tap.
It looks like the mistake for Skaggs, as far as from what I see, is taking it to the ground. When he was standing up, he was holding his own. But once he took it to the ground and got reversed, it was all over. Now let's go on up to our ring announcer, Sean T, for the official word on what ended this fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner. 3 minutes and 9 seconds in the first round. Your winner by strikes, Mike Minivan Van Meer.
All right, that's Minivan Mike Van Meer beating Matt Skaggs. Tap out. We are taking a break on MCC 21. We are back with the final fight from the War Frog, Ronnie Britt. That is coming up after the break. Welcome back to MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott. This is kind of bittersweet. Ronnie the War Frog Britt stepping into the cage for the last time, John.
Yeah, man, we're gonna hate to see him go. We've loved watching him all these years fighting for MCC. Personal friend, personal training partner, one of the guys that got me started in the sport. Man, I'm gonna really miss him, but I'd just really like to say thanks for Ronnie for everything he's done, all the action he's brought to the cage, all the fans that he's made. He's a great guy. Love having him.
And you know, I met Ronnie 3 or 4 years ago. I interviewed him at KCCI, my first taste of MMA here in Des Moines. And what I noticed about Ronnie, what I will always remember about him, he is a class act.
Oh, he certainly is, man. He's just, you know, he's a warrior in the cage. He's a class act outside the cage. He's just heart, determination, and that, you know, don't let anybody tell you can't do something attitude.
The War Frog getting in here for the last time. I know as an announcer here tonight, I'm not supposed to pull or cheer for anybody, but I think it's going to be hard for anyone in here this evening, realizing they're watching the end of an era of Ronnie Britt, not to at least be pulling for him silently or as loud as they can. The War Frog steps in the ring. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, John.
Travis Nath, 170-pound fighter, 5'7", with a 45-23 record, taking on the War Frog. Ronnie Britt, 170, 5'10", claims Froggy style.
Froggy style.
15-3 professional record.
All right, the last time for Ronnie Britt in the cage. Let's go on up to ring announcer Sean T for the official introduction of these two fighters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's going to consist of 3 rounds in the MCC welterweight division. Brought to you by our friends at Spartan Strength. Train like a Spartan, perform like a champion. First, fighting out of the blue corner, this mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Ames, Iowa, with a record of 45 wins, 23 losses, this is Travis Nath. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, this mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa, with a record of 15 wins and 3 losses, this is Ronnie the War Frog Britt.
Well-deserved standing ovation for Ronnie Britt in the red, white, and blue. Travis Nath in the gold and black shorts. The last time, I keep saying it, the last time the War Frog stepping in the cage, this is going to be something for everyone to watch. And this is the last time we'll see him come up to the ring in his kilt. Here's action from the first round, the final go-round for Ronnie Britt. Travis Nath had him up, pushes him into defense.
Ronnie with a big shot off the top, but I'll tell you, man, this guy's got a killer guillotine, and it could be a fight into right here.
It looks like he stepped right there. Ronnie Britt, John, you called it. You called it. Could be a fight ender right there. Ronnie Britt, and you know he has to be emotional right now. The last time he's going to step in the cage, and he ends it in less than 15, 20 seconds with the guillotine right there. Ronnie, you've earned this. Enjoy this time in the ring. We've all loved watching you. We've all loved following you for the years. You're a class act, and he definitely will be missed. There he is, the War Frog. A lot of people here to support Ronnie tonight. Wow, ending it that quick with the guillotine as he slowly looks at the crowd. Thanks, everybody. This is a great, great sight for us to see. But it's the last time we'll see it, Ronnie Britt in the cage. Now let's go on up to Sean T for the official fight announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, after 11 seconds in the first round, your winner, Ronnie the War Frog Britt.
The War Frog Ronnie Britt, his last time in the cage, taking off those gloves for the very last time. MCC 21 continues in just minutes with our main event. Stay with us. Welcome back to MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott. We're getting ready for the main event, Mickle versus Marriott. But first, we're going to recap the last 3 fights we saw, starting off with Elvis Mutapcic against Andy Branson. Ronnie, can you walk us through this?
Man, great back and forth battle on the ground, on the feet. Big punches, big kicks. We saw it all in that fight. Great display of technique, skill, and heart. Branson coming away the victor on that one.
Split decision.
Minivan, Mike Van Meer pounding out, grinding out another victory over Matt Skaggs. And finally, the last hoorah of the War Frog, Ronnie Britt. Trademark guillotine, 11 seconds, gets the tap.
Put it on him. If you want to check out a good article about Ronnie Britt, it's in the Friday edition, rather, of the Des Moines Register. You want to check that out. We're coming back with much more on MCC 21. The main event, Featherweight Championship, Eric Marriott versus Chris Mickle. Stick around. Welcome back to MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott. Before our main event, we're going to recap some of the awards we've given out tonight. Joe Morris was given the Warrior Spirit Award. He broke his hand in his fight earlier, but persevered. He did not get the win, but he definitely showed a lot of heart. And there's Ronnie Britt, the War Frog. He received a Career Achievement Award. Our hearts always go out to Ronnie, a class act. We're going to miss him in the cage, but he'll still be around Des Moines, so we'll still get a chance to see him. And now we're coming back to the main event. It is the Featherweight Championship. John Halverson here with Marcus McIntosh. We're going to be joined by Joe Brammer in the announcing for this fight. But John, let's talk about this fight briefly. What can we expect? These are two guys who are ready to rumble.
Man, we can expect fireworks. If anybody's seen Chris Mickle fight, you know this guy can take a beating, keep on coming. Heard big things from Eric Marriott, and we'll see if he lives up to all the hype. Got Eric Marriott, 145-pound fighter. He stands 5'7", a freestyle fighter with a professional record of 11 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw, taking on the Mad Dog, Chris Mickle, 145 pounds, 5'8", a ground and pound fighter with an impressive mixed martial arts record of 30 wins, 12 losses, and 2 draws.
Joe, any prediction on this fight for us? You hope Mickle wins?
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see if that comes to fruition. In the meantime, let's go on up to Sean T for the official introduction of our main event, our Featherweight Championship.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event of the evening. It is 5 rounds in the MCC Featherweight Division. This contest sanctioned by the Iowa Athletic Commission, Commissioners John Walsh and Ed Bull in attendance. Your 3 judges ringside are Nick Marin, Randy Reams, and Bruce Huckfeld. It's brought to you by Mediacom. Check out Mediacom for replays of tonight's event, as well as the upcoming MCC reality series, Making the Fighter. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Clinton, Iowa, with a record of 11 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. He is the challenger to the MCC Featherweight Championship title. This is Eric Marriott. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa, with a record of 30 wins, 12 losses, and 2 draws. He is a veteran of the WEC. Introducing your MCC Featherweight Champion, this is Chris Mad Dog Mickle!
Our Featherweight Championship, the champion Chris Mickle in the red and black shorts, the challenger Eric Marriott in the black shorts, scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Let's listen to the final fight announcement from the referee.
It's from you. All right.
All right, Joe Brammer, what should we expect from both these guys coming out tonight?
I don't know. I've never seen Eric Marriott fight, so I really don't know.
But what about Chris Mickle?
My guess would be he's going to try to take it to the ground and get a submission.
All right, we'll see. First round action starting right now. Both men kind of circling, feeling each other out apparently.
Mickle with a little pawing action. Marriott kind of pushes him away, throws a nice little shot there of his own. Real light on his feet is Marriott. Mickle comes out with a kick. Another swing and a miss.
Marriott holding his hands awfully low. I would think he'd want him up there in case he gets tagged in the face.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to just bait him to kind of come in and then try to land that power shot. He's probably watched tape on Mickle. We know it in true Mickle fashion. He leaves those hands down quite a bit of the time. So if that may come into play in Marriott's game plan.
A couple nice right-left combination by Marriott, but the Mad Dog has him up against the cage. He's looking to take him to the ground, bend it backwards, and there he goes with Mickle on top.
All right, Joe, you've been in this position. What's Marriott got to do from the bottom?
Well, he's either got to get back up and prove his position or reverse him, because he doesn't have a full guard here, so he needs to either get his guard back if he wants to work from there or work a sweep, improve his position, basically. Like, there you go.
See, it's something about the booth, Marcus.
Sure
now Joe's got it. Joe's calling out the action there. Listen, so this is like a video game. We've been doing it all night.
Marriott now in side control. Now, Joe, what does Marriott have to do to get either in a better position to give strikes or maybe the full mount?
Well, it looks like Mickle's got his hand down by his weight. Well, he did have it. He was going to try for an escape there, but he's just got to ground and pound, try to set up some submissions here. You know,
nice forearms by Marriott from the top.
Punch to set up his submissions.
And he's got his back. And now back in the side control for Eric Marriott. Both men look very comfortable on the ground from what I can see at this point. No one's really panicking. Chris Mickle on the bottom seems pretty calm, trying to advance his position, trying to at least roll out for a reverse.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Eric Marriott's resume, he's fought some tough guys. He's got wins over Pride veteran, WEC veteran Joe Pearson. He's got a win over Michael Johnson, who Joe recently defeated here. But the Mad Dog, man, he's been in there. He's got a win over UFC vet Justin James. He's fought Rich Clemente, Jose Aldo, Clay Guidi. He's got 3 fights with Jeremy Stevens and 2 with Brian Garrity. So this guy's been in there with a lot of people.
And what are we seeing right now, Joe? Besides shorts coming down in front of us.
Mickle could have had an ankle lock or a heel hook there. It looks like somebody's going to get ankle locked pretty soon or foot locked. I don't know. They keep playing this game. Somebody's going to get one.
Looks like both men are definitely.
Mickle needs to sit up into him there, hide his feet.
And now Marriott back into side control right there. Looking to deliver some right elbows to the face.
Yeah, Mickle's got a lock on that head, but it's really not doing a whole lot there. It's not choking him. It's more or less just holding him there.
And there he has his head out right there as well.
There's actually a choke that Marriott could have done from the top there, the Von Flew choke.
And
you guys remember that?
I remember that one. That put him right to sleep. But with that said, he doesn't need a choke because he lands in the mount position. Yep. Going to deliver some strikes to the face of Mickle. Mickle doing a good job right out the back door.
Looks like Mickle's bleeding.
We see a cut already early in the round. This is real early in a 5-round fight, if it goes that long, to have a cut on your face.
Both men content right now to stand up. Good leg kick by Marriott. Another leg kick return by Mickle. Both men seem to be telegraphing that leg kick.
Yeah, those are some real lazy kicks. Both fighters throwing those kicks with their hands down, so look for one or the other to counter that.
Eric Marriott caught him with a left hand, caught Mickle with a left hand, and now he's trying to capitalize.
Man, big shot from Eric Marriott. Put Mickle down, but like I said, man, this guy will go for days, so it's going to take a lot to put Chris down.
Nice elbows from the top. Couple punches from Marriott on top of Mickle in side control. Looks like he's trying to work for a full mount, giving elbow after elbow, and that cannot feel good. Wow.
Yeah, he's relentless on that cut. He's like a shark, man. He smells blood, and he's going after it.
But look at how strong Mickle is, almost bench pressing him right off of him. Almost, I said. He didn't quite do it, but Mickle is strong, taking punches and elbows to the face, to the mouth, to the eyes.
He looked like he spent a lot of energy trying to buck him off there. He needs to get that knee through right there and get his guard back so he can get his composure back.
As you said it, he does it, Joe.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
We got some ESP going on.
Yeah, man, give us
nice
a controller
right
and then we're playing here.
Marriott from the top.
And he needs to tie him up so he can't drop those bombs on him.
Now people are complaining because the bell did not go off. It looks like the time ran out in the round and nothing went off. We'll see what happened with that. People not happy about that. We're going to show the big punch again. If you look at it right there, here it comes right here.
Bam, wow. Big punch there.
Looks like he cut him on the neck almost.
Yes. We're going to look at it again from a different angle, but It looks to be like Chris Mickle is bleeding heavily. They have to stop that cut, stop the bleeding. Wow. But to Mickle's credit, he took the shot. He was stazed. He was done. He was stazed and stunned.
Yeah.
But he hung in there.
Yeah, and a couple big shots after the initial hook. Got the doctor in there checking on him, trying to get the blood stopped from pouring out of the right eye of Chris Mickle.
Now, Joe, quickly, what would you be telling each fighter in their corner? Let's start with Chris Mickle.
He needs to get on top. He needs to work his top game. He just got dropped. His striking's never been very technical. He needs to take him down. And, I mean, Marriot's pretty much, he definitely won the first round, so I would just say keep doing what he's doing.
All right, we're getting ready for second round action. The second of 5 scheduled 5-minute rounds for the MCC Featherweight Championship. Eric Marriott in the black shorts, Chris Mickle in the red and black shorts. Chris Mickle took some punishment. It looks like the blood is stopped, and we are ready for round 2 to begin in the Featherweight Championship. Here we go, round 2, Mickle versus Marriott, MCC 21. Way to come out quick by Mickle.
Yeah, Mickle came out and he's trying to get out first. Got him pressed against the cage and quick to pull guard, which is a little surprising, seeing as how he's took quite a bit of damage from his back earlier in the first round.
That's what I'm saying. Joe, why would he pull guard like that?
Well, it's one way to take it to the ground. I mean, it's easier than expending energy for a takedown. So he might just be trying to rest,
Okay. And
he's got good submissions too. So I mean, he may have been working from here too.
It looks like he's landing some. They're not very hard shots to the heads, rights and lefts, but I'm sure they're annoying at the very least, and will do damage as they accumulate. Right hands to the head, left hands to the head. Looks like Mickle's doing what he can to deliver damage from the bottom. And now they're standing back up again.
Yeah, the referee wasted no time. Not going to let him sit here and grind something out. He's going to make him work for it. And Mickle looking to land a big shot and ends up on his back again.
Better watch out for those legs, because those legs are flipping hard. And now the men are back up again. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Marriott real content to leave those hands hanging, a la Roy Jones Jr. style. And again, I don't know if he's just trying to bait Chris in. He's had some success with doing it earlier.
He broke right there with a left hook, and then again, Mickle pulls guard. Looks like he's pretty content to be on the bottom.
Yeah, he's either going to look to set up some sort of a submission, like Joe mentioned. He could be just trying to catch his breath. Kind of assess the situation that's going on with him with the cut. Looks like he's cut on top of his head too. But he's got to keep working. He's got to keep working from the position, or Matt Cook's going to stand him back up. The ref's not going to just let him sit here and run the clock down.
It looks like Marriott's working pretty hard to get into a full mount position. He's got out of the full guard into half guard. Now it looks like he's trying to press his right leg through and come up on top into a mount position. And that could be very dangerous for Chris Mickle, but he proved in the first round that he was able to weather that storm.
Mickle needs to get up under him. He can't lay there like that. He's got to get his underhook on his left arm, bring him back down.
Just like he did. Is that a choke right there?
No, he can't choke him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in half guard right there. He may be putting a little pressure on it, but it's really not. It's not really a fight-ending choke. I mean, it's if anything, it's just going to kind of annoy Marriott after a while, holding him there. But yeah, he's not going to be able to get enough pressure to really put any kind of a
now
choke
he can
on
go for a guillotine right here real quick.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Both men seem to be okay. Now Marriott, both men are up, and Marriott with a couple hammer fists from the top.
Now, Joe, watching this fight and knowing that you're going to fight Chris Mickle coming up at MCC 22, are you going to employ somewhat of the same game plan, the ground and pound, or are you going to work your stand-up? What are you thinking right now?
I can't tell you my secrets.
You can tell me.
Well, Chris doesn't have cable, so I think you're safe.
Oh, Chris doesn't have cable?
You are safe.
Let me tell you, I'm knocking him out. 20. No. I'm going to do... I see some things here, that I'm going to look to exploit when I fight him.
All right.
Okay, Marriott, right now in half guard. He's now in side control. But Mickle does have his left arm wrapped around Marriott's head and neck to keep him in a position where he can deliver right hands to the ribs right there. And a left shin to the face of Mickle from Marriott.
Minutes 15 left on the clock in the second round. Time's ticking away. Marriott in half guard. Is that rather side control?
And now he tried to move to a full mount, but Mickle prevented that.
It looks like Marriot's just, as far as jiu-jitsu goes, just a step ahead of him every time.
Yes, it does.
And that's important in the game. You know, we've seen it earlier tonight. You know, you got that step ahead, you got that advantage. It's the same thing we
nice
talked about
right
earlier
hand to the jaw
with
from there.
yeah, man, great.
Watch out for those legs.
But
Those
you
heels
can't
will hurt.
count Mickle out because he's
Standing
got
up.
a lot of heart. He's never going to quit. Some dudes, when the going gets tough, they quit. But Mickle, he doesn't quit. And if you're always in the fight, I mean, it only takes one punch, one submission, you know?
Back to a low left hand. Marriott was exposed and nothing. That looked like a low kick, a low knee right there.
Yeah, Mickle caught inadvertently with a kick.
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose.
Just part of the game, man.
Right.
Like I talked about earlier, using all 8 of your tools. I mean, you don't just it's God's design, not perfect.
Right. It hit him there. I mean, it's obviously he wasn't trying to, hit him below the belt. But I mean, in the fight, he comes in, you're going up, he's jumping up, stuff like that's going to happen.
Yeah,
22 seconds left in the second round, rather.
All right, Marriott with his hands a little bit higher there for a second.
Yeah, for a brief second.
Now back down.
Oh, Mickle with a good left hook, but it went right over his head. Oh, both men swinging hard.
Man, Mickle's really gotta learn to keep them hands up. I mean, 7 years into it, I don't know if that's something you can teach him, but.
All right, that's the end of the second round. Joe, what'd you think?
That's another round in the books for Marriott. I'd say another 10-9 round for him.
So should Marriott keep doing exactly what he's doing to either pull out the decision victory or?
Well, I would, if I would be in his corner, I would tell him to be more aggressive. I mean, he's winning, but you want to finish fights because, like I said, anytime you can get cut, anytime. All it takes is, we've all seen fights where some dude's getting, getting it handed to him and he gets one shot or one submission.
That's right. Yeah, exactly, man. That's what's so great about MMA. There's so many ways to win, so many ways to lose, and that's what keeps it exciting. It's the difference between MMA and boxing or just wrestling is you just never know.
That's right. And there's so many ways to end a fight, so many ways to stop a fight.
It's the only sport where you can be down by 100 points and then win right away.
Exactly.
You can't be down 90 points in basketball and then come back with a 100-pointer at the end. In MMA, you can.
That's right. That's good there. We're going to use that one.
All right, ready for third round action. The MCC Featherweight Championship. Eric Marriott in the black shorts, Chris Mickle in the red and black shorts. Chris Mickle, the featherweight champion. Round 3. Both men feigning with punches. Mickle ducking under some punches. Nice leg kick from Marriott. Marriott with his left hand awful low. Nice body kick by Marriott.
And what Marriott's corner probably said is, look, the guy's dropping his hands every time you guys engage. Set up your punches, set up your kicks, and there you go.
Nice straight left.
And that's one thing we're not seeing. We're seeing shots landed, but we're not seeing combinations.
Right. Not the punches and bunches, just the 1 and 2, just the power shots, but not those combinations that really set him up.
If I would be in Mickle's corner, I would tell him take it to the ground, but with a takedown, because the guard doesn't seem to be doing anything for him right now. He needs to be on top and where he can get some ground and pound.
Exactly. He didn't listen to you there, but yeah, as the fight goes on, these guys are bloody, these guys are sweaty. It's going to be real hard for Chris to pull off any type of a submission unless he really gets it locked in.
And it seems like when Mickle pulls guard like that, he's kind of content to just hold Marriott right there, maybe throw a punch or two or an elbow or two, and then just kind of hold him there. It doesn't seem like he's working to reverse or spin out of that.
Right. After 3, 4, 5 times jumping to guard like this, you got to kind of think that Mickle has some sort of a plan, some sort of a game plan that he's trying to employ. But the referee's not going to let him spend a lot of time on his back. He's going to put the action right back on the feet.
Nice fake by Mickle. Both men going for low kicks, clashing shins. They're almost right above our broadcast booth right now. Whoa, nice punches.
That one.
Yes. Oh. Going for the knee right there. You can see the telegraph on the knees. Then he his back. And this is where Mickle wants to be, right, Joe?
He needs to take advantage of this, full advantage of this. Now, he could turn that into a guillotine there if he can get his, he could have got his leg through.
Nice elbows from the top from Chris Mickle.
Yeah, Mickle really needs to take advantage of this position that was basically just given to him.
He can get mount here if that leg looks like he can get out.
And then it looks like, okay. Does he have a leg? Does it look like he's going for some kind of leg lock, heel hook? I can't really tell.
It looks like a heel hook, but I can't see his foot. I mean, he's definitely.
Well, there you go.
You asked for it, you get it, Joe.
Somebody's listening.
It looks like there are spots on the cage that are awful slippery, so that can't be good.
Mickle's got an inverted heel hook there.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's what he's going. Well,
and now it's
Marriott
back to
got out.
With Marriott on top. Mickle bleeding again from the right eye area.
Over halfway through the third round, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. The action's strong. They haven't really slowed the pace, Marcus. They still got a few to go.
They have a few to go, and they are definitely going strong, as you said, John. This fight just gets better and better. This is what you want to see in a championship fight.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is exactly what you want to see in a championship fight. You want to just see him really grind it out. You want to see him earn that victory, earn that belt.
Mickle trying to throw some right hands from the bottom. Marriott threw a hammer fist right there and trying to cover his mouth, maybe preventing him from breathing. Nice elbow from the bottom from Chris Mickle. Nice right hands over the top from Eric Marriott right there, sorry. And now they're going to stand up again. This referee's not going to let him sit on the ground, lay on the ground.
He's on top of it. He wants to see action. He's saying the same thing we're saying. It's a championship fight. Let's see something happen.
Ooh, both men swinging wildly. Like wild bulls, putting their heads down and swinging. Whoa!
Big punches on the feet, but you know, Mickle jumping the guard once again, and you know, it's you really got to wonder what he's doing at this point. He hasn't really went for any submissions from the bottom, Joe. So what's he doing here?
It's real hard to tap somebody from half guard. He needs to get an underhook with that left arm instead of keep going for that guillotine, because it's pretty close to impossible to guillotine somebody from half guard bottom. But he needs to. I would tell him he just needs to improve his position and get out of there.
Is that a Kimura he's going for, or?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't really tell.
Something like that. I don't know what they call that move.
There he's going for a straight arm bar.
Oh, straight arm bar. Okay, that's what it is. That's what I meant. Mickle looks pretty tired, breathing heavily out of his mouth, and I guess that's to be expected after spending a lot of the fight on his back with Marriott on top of it. Round 3 has to be winded to a close. Yes, it is.
15 seconds left in the round. Let's see if Marriott can maybe land a couple strikes to end the round on a dominant note.
He's going for that full mount. He had side control. Now he's working on the full mount, swinging with rights and lefts. Elbows, and that's the end of round 3. Joe, would you say that so far it looks like Evan Marriott has this fight, 3 rounds to nothing?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, he's positionally dominating the fight. I don't think he's gotten really hurt at all, really, so far.
All right, we're going to look at some of the action from round 3. Here it is. Marriott just hit him with a punch. Now he's going for some knees from the Muay Thai clinch, and then it looks like he slipped on a wet spot on the cage floor and just went to his back. Now we're going to take a look at some punches right here. Both men swinging hard.
Yeah, big punch there. Looks like it caught him right behind the ear. And a takedown by Marriott.
Lots of action in that 3rd round. If the 4th round proves to be just like the rest of the rounds, this fight is just going to continue to get better. Both men exerting a lot of energy, but I would agree with Joe. It does look like at this point, Eric Marriott so far has a 3-round to nothing lead on the champion, Chris Mickle. So it looks like at this point, as far as where I'm sitting, what I've seen, it looks like Mickle needs either a submission or a knockout to win, but you never know what happens when the fight goes to the judges. Round 4, here we go.
Now, Joe, a question for you, and I know you've been here before. A champion fight, a 5-round fight. How do you get ready for something like that?
Oh, nice hands by Mickle. Nice hands. Both men swing.
When I do it, I try to do. I've gone 5 rounds before, and when I do it, I do 10 5-minute rounds. I try to get a different opponent each time. I try to make it.
Oh, nice flying knee by Eric Marriott. He's throwing hands right there. Mickle looks like he's taking a lot of blows right there.
Yeah, big flurry by Eric Marriott, followed up with a nice knee there. Got a good controlling position, yanks him down to the ground. Look to land a couple more knees, side of the head there of Chris Mickle.
He needs to get out of there. That's not a good place to hang out at.
Yeah, that's a bad position, and he's not even in a position right there where he could jump to guard.
Oh, another nice knee. But Mickle's not slowing down. He's coming straight forward.
Oh, man, he's like the Terminator, man. And you know what? That's you got to think if you're Eric Marriott, hey, I've thrown everything at this guy, and the guy just keeps coming at me. Is that?
It looked like Eric Marriott was just saying, "Hit me."
I don't think you want to do it.
Yeah, the 4-ounce gloves, man.
I tell you what, he's got guts though, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Getting his Muhammad Ali on there for a second.
Yeah, that's something that you don't normally see in mixed martial arts. You know,
we saw Rashad Evans try that his last fight,
and it didn't work out so well for him.
Not at all. And now they're back to their feet again. Let's see if Marriott still says "hit me" with his hands down.
That's got to be that he's playing mind games. You know, somebody does that to you, it makes you be like, oh man, this guy's just eating my punches, you know, for dinner, and he doesn't care. So that's got to. I don't know if that affected Chris or not, but
well, Chris was swinging at him, and Marriott took him down with a single leg takedown. Now he's in Marriott's full guard. We'll see what happens from here. Posturing up. Maybe
the problem is he can't just lay there on his back. He needs to wrap up. He needs to. I mean, you just lay here. You can't do that.
Yeah, he's definitely not. He's not gaining any points by just laying in guard and not going for any submissions, not doing a whole lot of.
Nice hammer fist.
Like what we just saw, when you're laying on the mat, you're not wrapping the arms up. Dude can bump up and hit you as hard as he wants. You're not doing anything to tie him up. You know, I mean, you can't do that.
Yeah, this is definitely not where Mickle wants to spend the rest of the fight. He wants to, if he's not going to be going for a submission, then he's probably going to be better off just on his feet and just going for broke.
And they're right in front of us right now. Some nice hammer fists from Eric Marriott from the top. Chris Mickle bleeding pretty heavily from that right eye area. Hammer fist after hammer fist coming down. And we can hear it from where we're sitting, and that cannot feel good.
Yeah, Marriott's really trying to give it to him with those hammer fists. He's really working on that cut, and when he's not, he's giving him to the other side of the face. So, you know, again, this is a bad spot for Mickle. He hasn't been successful here for the majority of the fight. He's probably going to be better off if he's not going to go for a submission. Like I said, just keep it on the feet, go for broke, because with Mickle, he's always got a puncher's chance.
Yep.
We'll see what happens as he stays in. Oh, nice left hand right there. But Mickle's just going to hold him tight, hold him close.
He could work that to a head and arm.
And they're standing up again. The referee not letting him lay down there. He wants him to go. 1 minute, 28 seconds left in the 4th round. Oh, nice right hand, straight right hand by Marriott. Mickle's fired back with a wild right and wild left himself. Oh, nice combination. Wow.
Big shot by Marriott, and I'm telling you, man,
nice
he has
knees
hit
by
Chris
Marriott.
Mickle with everything but a
He
chair.
is tagging him right there. Rights and lefts and knees, uppercuts, knees right there. Wow. I don't know what's keeping Chris Mickle on his feet, because he is getting hit with some solid shots. Solid shots right there. A few knees, some hands, knees and punches and bunches. Wow.
I tell you what, Mickle's got a chin though.
Man,
Yes,
he certainly does. He just keeps walking forward. Might want to keep them hands up about 8 inches. 8 inches higher.
He needs to do something. Taking a punch isn't going to win you a fight. I mean, it's good. It's a good asset.
Spinning back fist, try for that.
Man, ducked out that one.
Oh, this is a good fight. Chris Mickle has heart and a chin. Marriott should put those hands up, but he scored with the left hook. Oh, that was another low kick right there. The crowd not happy about that, but he wasn't trying to kick him there, because there's no way you're winning a fight. You're going to do something like that to, you know, jeopardize a point, jeopardize a round, or have the man rest when you're thoroughly dominating. The ref's coming in to take a look at Chris Mickle, looking at his eye as he rests from taking the shot below the belt.
Yeah, he's got a pretty nasty gash under that eye, and I don't know how much more damage he's going to be able to take. We've still got, we've got 20 seconds to round out the 4th round, and we're going to see a 5th, it looks like. So that's a lot of time for that cut.
Mickle is a tough man. He's been hit with a lot tonight, and he is standing up strong and keeps on coming forward.
Yeah, fortunately, both fighters getting a little bit of a rest here. Mickle recovers from the inadvertent low blow.
All right, we have 20 seconds, as John mentioned, left in this 4th round. It looks like we're going to a 5th. Oh, both men hitting fury right there.
Well, there you see Mickle going for a guillotine, and it looks like
5
it's
seconds
tight.
left.
He might have
5 seconds left, and man, it's pretty tight.
He gave the thumbs up. Okay, we will go to a 5th round.
That's what I'm saying. Anytime it can end. Oh,
Man, wouldn't that be something? That'd be that 100-pointer right there, Joe.
that'd be the 100-pointer.
All right, we're going to look at some video right now. Here we go, action from the 4th round. Oh, that was a tremendous flying knee.
Perfectly timed flying knee, and man, he's really putting it on. And there he goes, a couple punches there, and taunts him, just
Yep,
you know,
hit me.
give it
That
to
all
me,
you
hit
got?
me, hit me, hit me, and he's just taking it. Boom.
Wow.
What is Marriot's background? Did he wrestle, or what's his deal? I mean, obviously he's got some
He's got his
some wrestling.
yeah,
for sure.
most of his wins are by submission. But he said coming into this fight that he's looking for somebody to stand and bang with him. He says he wins by submissions because he keeps getting taken down. He knew Mickle would stay on the feet and try to bang it out. He saw Mickle fight before, and so we thought this would be a perfect fight.
All right, we go to 5th round action, the featherweight
Is this
championship.
the first 5-round fight in the MCC?
No, this is it. You're making me think. You're making me think.
Here we go, final round action, featherweight championship for MCC, the 5th and final round. Nice low kick by Mickle. Both men
He
exchanging
just
some
needs,
punches.
at this point, he's got to go for broke. I mean,
Yeah,
he's down 4 rounds. He's got to get after it.
Yeah, at this point, it's going to need to be a stoppage or a submission or a knockout for Mickle in order for him to maintain the belt.
Yeah, he's just got to go for broke at this point. I mean,
And with about 4.5 minutes left in this fight, he's got to
that
go
kick
for broke
hurt him.
now.
That kick right in his stomach. Mickle's throwing straight jabs now.
Nice leg kick. Nice leg kick by Mickle, and then he gets taken down by Marriott. Looks like he's in a half guard, I believe. Nice punches to the ribs from Mickle from the bottom.
And Mickle's just kind of holding him there, not able to do a whole lot from there. Marriott postured back up. Looks like he's going for a mount.
Yes, he is. Can he get it, though? That's the question.
Mickle's holding him there pretty well. I feel a big punch coming on.
Mickle is one strong dude.
Yeah, for sure. He shows a lot of heart. There we got a attempted leg lock submission by Eric Marriott, which Mickle's having none of. Back on top for Marriott.
In that scramble, Mickle should have tried to get on top there.
Now he's in side control. Marriott's got side control right now. Mickle up against the fence. Joe, what can Mickle do at this point to get out of the situation he's in?
I would use the cage to try to get up. Try to walk it off. I mean, he's in a bad position here, but he's not really, I mean, you can't knee. So, I mean, it's kind of, he's definitely in a not a good position, but he's not taking a whole lot of damage.
No, he's not. And the referee stands him up. A little less than 3 minutes left in this championship match. 5th and final round, featherweight championship. Chris Mickle against Eric Marriott. Ooh, nice straight left hand by Chris Mickle. Maybe those hands will come up.
Mickle turning it on for a second, and it was Marriott that took that to the ground. He looks like he didn't want any of that exchange.
Doesn't look like Mickle's getting winded at all. He's still throwing punches with fury. He's throwing hard punches. And it looks like Marriott's saving himself by taking Mickle down and getting on top with hammer fists, straight lefts, straight rights. Mickle's still bleeding from that right eye area. Or bleeding again from that right eye area. It keeps opening up. Gets closed between rounds and opened up as the round in action gets underway. Mickle holding him there. Marriott with a couple right hands, not doing a whole lot of damage.
Mickle spinning for the armbar with Marriott posturing up as soon as he felt those hips
Somebody lost a mouth guard. It was Mickle. He puts it right back in, finds it, and then he's mounted. This is not a good position for Chris Mickle right here.
Minute 40 left on the clock, final round, and this is definitely not somewhere you want to be. He's riding real high, so Marriott's probably going to get shucked off the back here.
Marriott almost has Mickle's back, but he's on the side of him. We'll see what happens from here. Both men expending a lot of energy. A good championship fight tonight. It looks like if Mickle turns, he'll be on top in.
Armbar attempt by Eric Marriott, and that looks
like
tight.
He's got it.
That looks tight.
Oh,
and Mickle gets out of it.
He is in top in Marriot's full guard. Wow, I thought that was the end of the fight right there.
He's got a minute to work. He's got a minute to make something happen, to pull the rabbit out of the hat, pull out something.
He needs to start swinging, going for submissions, doing whatever he can right now. He cannot be content to just sit inside Eric Marriot's full guard. He's got to do something because this fight is slowly slipping away without a knockout or a submission from Chris Mickle. His belt is going to be leaving with Eric Marriott tonight unless Chris Mickle can pull something out. Oh, tried to do a flying punch, but he was stopped in midair by Eric Marriott. Now they're both up. We'll see what happens in the last.
20 seconds left in the fight. If I'm Mickle, I'm going for broke. I'm just going in there swinging for the fences.
Flying knee by Eric Marriott and some nice right hands on the ground. Eric Marriott's finishing this off strong, and I think we are seeing a changing of the guard in the featherweight division. It looks like the belt is going home tonight with Eric Marriott.
Yeah, absolutely. 5 rounds to nothing. Eric Marriott put on a dominating performance in his first MCC fight.
This is a very dominant performance by Eric Marriott. He did catch some punches in that 5th round. It looked like he could be in trouble. We're going to take a look at some of the action from this 5th and final round of this championship fight. A great fight by these two competitors. There we see Mickle looking like he was caught in the armbar by Eric Marriott, but he just moves the leg and powers right out of it.
Real tight armbar.
That couldn't feel good at all. Oh, caught a heel right in the eye right there. That's when he tried to reach for his eye. I did not see that. From the bottom, Chris Mickle caught Marriott with a foot to the eye, and here it's the end of the round right here. Eric Marriott finishing it off strong with punches from the top inside of Chris Mickle's guard. And that is where the round ended. 5 5-minute rounds, lots of action from these featherweights, and we're going to go to the judge's decision. This was a very good fight. Chris Mickle, no matter how much punishment he took, for the most part this fight, he kept moving forward, John.
Yeah, never stopped coming, man. That just shows, you know, what got him that belt, you know, that true warrior spirit, that true champion spirit. He's got a lot of heart. He's got a lot of just never quitting, this kid.
We saw a lot of early fights ending in the first round. The first 4 fights, I believe, ended in the first round, and it went to this fight. We had another fight go 3 rounds, this fight go 5 rounds. The action just picked up. Even the fights that went quickly, there was still some pretty good action there, and this was a very good fight as well.
Yeah, absolutely. This is everything that you want from a championship fight, everything that we here at MCC try to bring to the fans to really showcase these up-and-comers while they're on their way to the top.
All right, now let's go up to Sean T for the fight announcement. He will announce who the winner is. Sean T, take it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 5 hard-fought rounds, we're going to the judges' scorecards. Judge Huckfeld scores the fight 46-49. Marriott. Judge Marin scores the fight 44-50. Judge Ream scores the fight 50-45. Your winner by unanimous decision and the new MCC featherweight champion, Eric Marriott.
Marriott, the new MCC featherweight champion. He wins a unanimous 5-round decision. We're taking a break. We'll be back with much more on MCC 21 after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to MCC 21, Mickle versus Marriott. Marcus McIntosh here with John Halverson. And John, an incredible championship fight, 5 rounds. Eric Marriott dethrones Chris Mickle as the featherweight champion for MCC. A great fight. This is the way to end the night. Talk about some of the fights if you will, start with the championship fight.
Yeah, like you said, great fight. This is exactly what MCC brings to the table. 5 5-minute rounds, non-stop action from bell to bell. It's exactly what we wanted, exactly what was delivered. Some of the other fights tonight, some of the highlights. Big knockout. Troy Klein knocked out by a relative newcomer to the sport, Thomas Lopez. We saw a great war, Andy Branson, Elvis the King Mutapcic, and of course the retirement fight brings a tear to my eye from my buddy, the War Frog, Ronnie Britt.
There it is right here in the Des Moines Register. John, it was my pleasure to work with you tonight. The next set of fights coming up in September, correct?
That's right. MCC 22 reality check. bringing it right to you here on MediaCom. Same great venue, same great cage, same great channel. I hope to have you back with me, buddy.
I want to be back if you want me. This has been a presentation of MediaCom Connections, your local sports and entertainment connection. Thank you very much. Enjoy the night. We are out of here. We'll see you in September.